Emerald and Hazel defect from Salem. Hazel shows off just how much of a beast he really is, and Ironwood has gone stark raving bonkers. That and much more on today's episode of BrobusCast RWBY Edition.
When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone. When the day you waited for won't come, and dark won't yield to dawn. Just look, open up your eyes. Just look. The truth is there, but sometimes it's disguised. The ways of sin, but we're together, moving toward the light. When we trust in love and open our eyes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. I'm your host Brobuscus. With me today is Aidan
Salutations.
and Mate.
Hello.
Very straight, simple intros from us today, apparently.
And we're
Yeah,
super serious.
I didn't have anything like witty to just throw out there on the spot.
Yeah. Had a bit of performance anxiety there.
So it's been a minute, hasn't it? Maybe wondering why. Well, it's quite simple actually. I decided to move.
As you do, just make that decision casually.
Yeah, like just very.
You know what?
casual.
I feel like living somewhere else today.
Yeah, like I feel like living at the bottom of the country, apparently, like just out of nowhere. So I moved to Florida. That's
I've
fun.
been there.
It's
I've
fun.
been there twice actually.
Enjoying myself so far. So.
That's good.
Good weather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It hot over there.
Very. I'm actually very scared for summer.
You should be.
But
But like, I think it gets hot over here. But when I went to Texas and then came back, it was just like,
God.
You know
Texas
what?
must be awful
This-
in the summer.
I was only there for a week.
huh.
Outside was not the best,
No.
Yeah, I can imagine.
especially considering I thrive better in colder temperatures.
I'm the same.
Well, hopefully I'll get used to it the more I decide to stay here. But anyways,
Yeah, you'll like, you'll get used to it. You'll adapt.
yeah. I mean, I've been living in Michigan my whole life, so this is new for me.
Meanwhile, I live in England. I'm used to crap weather.
Same in Scotland. Just rain all the time.
Yeah, just it's raining. What else is new?
Yeah. Anyways, all that aside, obviously with that, I didn't have my computer with me for episode 9, so I couldn't. We couldn't really do this, and we were kind of consistently moving stuff around, and it was a mess. It's always a mess whenever you decide to move.
So the good news is you get to hear us talk about 2 episodes in one podcast. So
This is true.
something to look forward to.
Yep. And they're 2 episodes that are very much they're doozies. Let me just tell you that much. There's a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We're here today to talk about Volume 8, Chapter 9, Witch, and Chapter 10, Ultimatum.
Wait, which one?
Okay.
Yeah, wait.
Which?
You can stop that right now. We don't have a lot of time for this.
I'm sorry.
Okay, with that out of the way, let's start off with Chapter 9, of course. And I'm just going to go ahead and spoil this right now. This might be my favorite episode of the volume so far.
I mean, it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Anyways, we open, and oh my gosh, look at all these models that the poor animators had to go through. Okay.
Including Silverfish.
Yes.
The
This
thing
is
that
the
won the Grim Design competition.
Yep. So good on them.
I felt good because I voted for that one.
Yay. I didn't take part in it, so I was just kind of going with whatever.
Well, I mean, because we don't have a lot of like tiny Grim, and the fact they like swarm an enemy and then morph into something gigantic. I thought that's cool.
It's a really cool idea. I just kind of wish we got to see more of it.
Hey, we've still got more volume to go.
Yeah,
That's true.
volume's still not over.
Yeah.
We have what, 4 episodes left?
I think so, man. And oh, given how the next one goes, oh boy.
Oh boy. Anyways, we cut to inside Monstro, and we have Yang, Ren, and Jean. I like Jean's response, like, we have to search the whole thing and find Oscar, and if we don't, the Aesops will blow us to pieces. Like, yeah.
I like how
He
Yang's
was
just going, how are we supposed to find him? And it's like, finding a needle into it, like, sorry, going in, like, finding a needle in a giant whale.
Yeah.
Like, why did we think this was a good idea?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Also, Yang, it was either that, or for all you know, they just blow up the whale and Oscar dies. While you get
Yeah,
arrested.
or you could be in prison right now.
Yeah.
Well, either way, Oscar would be dead, so... Yeah, no.
Or so you might think, given what we know is going to happen.
Well,
Although we're privy to that, the characters aren't, so...
Yeah,
we'll
very
get
true.
to that. We'll get
There's
to
always
that.
an important thing you need to remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bren's like, wait, hold on. I can help. I got this. I can sense
Well, you
emotions.
Yeah, I can do that now.
I like Yang's response, like, huh, that's new.
I can sense the teenage hormones coming from that direction.
Oh my gosh.
You're pointing at Yang, dude.
Turns around that direction.
And then Ren. Okay, Ren is just like trying to take all of the hit, I suppose. Like I can go forward. Like I can mask us and sense whoever is that way by myself. And Jean's like, no, you don't get to do that.
Yeah, don't use that, like, at once. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Really not. Like especially when you have someone whose main gimmick is amping people's semblances. I don't know. That's kind of useful. And then John is just
Just
What?
like awkward, like, finger guns. Lead the way!
By the way, I love Yang's face. You're like, really, dude? Seriously? And then we cut, and it's Oscar. Oh, right.
Yeah, just talking to Osborn about Fairy Tale.
Yeah, the girl who fell through the world.
What's that one in the fairy tale book?
It might be. I would go and get it, but it'll be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember if that one was one of the ones in the book or if that's like a new one.
Well, who knows? If it is a new one, we might see it in that animated adaptation that's coming out. So, yeah. I like Oscar's just like,
Yeah, it is.
just like I shouldn't be surprised that you know a lot about fairy tales. And Oz is like, well, you see, I've lived through quite a few of them.
I was the girl that fell through the world.
Well,
I mean, Oscar in a way was last
yeah, I was
time.
about to say, technically he was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just looked it up. That is one that's in the book. That is number 16.
Oh, cool.
Well, anyways, just in general, just poor Oscar, man. Like,
I
know
know.
this-
Man, he's been through a lot this volume.
I know this is
Back
a common
to back
theme.
as well.
Like, I know this is a common theme with this volume, but like, man, What has this kid done to deserve any of this?
Nothing.
Whatever. Oz is like, well, you see, okay, so I think our plan is over. Like, it's not working anymore. Let's try thinking of a way to get out of here.
Escape.
Yes, indeed. He's like, well, you see, we have magic. Why don't we use that? And Oscar's like, no! No magic!
I don't want to be a wizard.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a wizard, Oscar. But I'm just Oscar. Well, just Oscar. You're a wizard. Have you guys seen that video?
No.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Brobuscus, I'll link it to you after this.
Okay.
It's so goddamn funny.
So actually, this is actually something I didn't think about. Every time they use magic, they merge faster. Like, I mean, in hindsight, that was kind of obvious, but like, I never thought about that.
I know it does make sense. Like, the more he taps into Ozma's power, the more he becomes Ozma.
Yeah.
Or Ozma fuses with him.
All I ask is just have Oscar stay the dominant one.
Yes, that's all I
Please.
want.
It's looking like that's not the case, but please.
I want it to be a thing, okay? I've grown attached to this little guy.
Yeah. Apparently so is Oz. Like, Oz is like, well, I really wish you're doing just fine on your own.
Oscar, I have a solution that might help. Have you tried inserting magical artifacts into some kind of tomb and then playing this guy in a card game?
Hazel walks back into the room. It's time to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-do.
But where's your deck?
Although speaking of, hi Hazel.
Man, and just like the way he gets out of the fetal position when Hazel walks in, just like, well, he's gonna start kicking me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy. You hate to see it, but before we can see anything, Hazel just picks him up.
Yep. And then immediately cut back to outside, and there's a trench. There's a bunch of Atlas soldiers walking in. Hi, Team Funky. Didn't see you here. Oh wait, Team Funky's here. Hello.
Conveniently not wearing helmets.
The
so
armor,
we know
yeah.
it's them.
Yeah.
Although, like, with the helmets, like the trumpet and the roller skates would have like
Giving it away.
been a hint.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's part of being. That's one of the perks of being a part of Atlas Academy. You don't need to wear your helmet.
yeah, but
Why?
then watch one of them die, and they're just like, no, if only he was wearing a helmet.
If only he was wearing a helmet. If only he didn't go to school.
All this does is really further add further conflict to Marrow. Because yeah, they're just kids. Why are they here?
Aren't they like 19 though?
I don't know.
They should be.
Oh,
Although they could
here's
even be 20, depending on which. Because when we saw them in the Vital Festival, I don't remember exactly if it was ever stated like what year they were.
Yeah. So they're
'Cause-
either 19 or 20.
Yeah, because first years, like Team RWBY at the time, would have all been 17, except for Ruby because she was playing 2 years early.
Yeah. And Ruby's 17 now, so.
Yeah.
So they aren't really kids fighting in this, though.
Well, either way, here's
I
my
mean-
question. So is Ironwood a hypocrite now?
Yes.
Because
Dude, Ironwood is all kinds of things as he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
No. See, he's not a hypocrite because he says Oz's children couldn't win a war. He never said anything about his own kids.
You know, you're not wrong.
you're not wrong, but like that doesn't. No, he's still.
I
Either
know,
way,
I'm
he's
just joking.
either
Yeah, I
way
know.
he's still bonkers anyway, so whatever. Yeah, so that's fun. Like, I can't rely on children to win a war. I'm relying on children to win a war.
Well,
Nice
it's
going,
like-
James.
It's more so just like a bunch of like masked soldiers who don't even get names. They're just like, throw a few kids in there.
Yeah.
Like, throw a few like actual named characters to help out the stormtroopers of this series.
Help out the stormtroopers.
I'm
Hey,
just saying.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Look, all I'm just saying is that if they end up dead, their blood is on Ironwood's hands. Anyway, we cut back to Hazel. He's literally dragging Oscar towards the lamp.
I do like his reasoning for why he brings Oscar to the lamp.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, it
like,
makes sense.
hey, what you just told me, if I take that to Salem, and it turns out you were lying, I'm gonna get the punishment. So, you're gonna, like, turn this lamp on and show me, yeah, that's the truth. And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Like, either way, it's like, so, if what you said is a lie, and I went to Salem, I'll probably die. If you're lying and I use it myself, I'm gonna kill you. If you're telling the truth, well, then we've got a bit of a problem here. That's pretty much Hazel's mentality at this moment.
Not a bad mentality.
No,
Yeah, it makes sense.
I do like how I was kind of worried that he would just take that to Salem. Because, like, don't lie, that was a possibility.
Yeah, that will.
But
Now I'm just picturing, like, an alternate universe where he gives Hazel a fake password. He takes that to Salem, just like, he told me the password. Alright, what is it? Let me see, I wrote it down.
password.
Go fuck yourself, Salem.
He
Wait a
told me
minute.
He told me the password was Ligma.
The password. It's called Red versus Blue logic. The password is password.
I mean, it's so simple, it's impossible to guess.
Exactly.
That's what
Well, that-
Oz is saying to Oscar in his head.
Well, like, you should take the boomstick example and don't even spell it right. Genius.
Yeah.
Although that'd be very tricky to say out loud.
Yeah. Anyways, Emerald shows up. He's like, what's going on here?
She's all kinds of scared.
Yeah.
We doing a coup?
Yes.
Do we have to order a pizza for that? In which case
Yes.
it has to be extra thick.
Yes. No. Anyways, Oscar summons Jane again. It's nice to see. It's nice to see her again.
You mean it's nice to see the giant naked blue lady again?
Well, I mean, when you put it that way. Anyways, Hazel very quickly was like, "Oh, you're telling the truth." Oh boy.
Now I need to become a good guy now.
Yeah, like I would have thought like he would have like asked like, "Is he telling the truth about what he told me?" But no.
No,
How much of a waste of a question would that be?
no. Here's a waste of a question I saw in a fan comic. The fan comic goes like, okay, Oscar summons Jin, and she's just like, alright, do you have a question for me? Hazel says, all my questions are answered, and then Emerald just interrupts, are you single?
No, just imagine someone summons Jin and is like, can I have more questions? No. Jin goes away.
What if I had please?
That's a question.
Ask me again in 100 years.
Man, I want to see the Ozpin timeline where someone just wastes all three questions by accident.
Just like, how's your day going, Jin? What did you have for breakfast, Jin? What's your plans after this, Jin? All 3 questions wasted up.
Sleeping for 100 years. Good night. See you later. Anyways.
Catching some Z's.
So Hazel decides, alright, I'm done here. Just like,
And you know what, Emerald? So are you.
yeah.
I'm making that decision for you.
Okay.
Thank God, because I've been rooting for Emerald to turn good for a while.
Yeah. What did you guys think of all the people saying this was a bit too soon?
Nope.
I kind of think that
I disagree.
maybe... Yeah. I mean, I think this was, like, well set up. I just feel like maybe one more episode would have just made it perfect. Like,
I mean,
don't know,
I
like,
think
a scene
I could
with, like...
I could see it being arguably too soon for Hazel, but not for Emerald.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think these two have always had, like, the most grounds for it, because every time we see Hazel, or just, like, as we've seen him in the show, I mean, it's basically been established. He doesn't want to be a bad guy, he just feels like he has to.
Yeah.
And then finding out that, no, he doesn't have to work for Salem, he can fight to stop her from doing what she's doing and all that stuff. And now that's going
torture
to...
the child, he can save him.
Yeah, and at the Fall of Beacon, Emerald showed remorse for all the stuff that went down.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, you know, given all the questioning that she was doing, like, at Salem's Lair and everything in later volumes, I always thought, yeah, honestly, out of all the villains, Emerald's got the most grounds for like, a redemption arc.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I just kind of wish that, I don't know, like, this is also kind of like betraying Cinder because Cinder is sided with Salem. So I just kind of wish there was a moment where, like, maybe Emerald realizes, you know, I need to do what's best for me, not what's best for Cinder, or something like that.
I feel like we could still get that. Okay, yeah, spoiler alert, she's gonna be with Team RWBY and everything.
Yeah.
But I came up with this idea whilst talking with Max. What if she gets talking with Blake, who's been through some similar stuff? And that gets Emerald to realize, yeah, I need to start doing what's best for me. And maybe even when there's like a confrontation with Cinder, Blake helps her out with that, much like Yang did with her and Adam.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll happen this volume, though.
Oh, hell no! That'd be way too quick.
That's way
Yeah.
too quick, yeah.
Like, no, we gotta take some time. We gotta, like, forge that bond between Emerald and Blake first.
Yeah, because, like, so far the only person that, like, likes Emerald on the good guys team is Oscar.
Well, even then, I don't really know if Oscar actually likes Emerald.
Well, like, I think he has, like, the lead against Emerald.
He just trusts her, kind of.
Plus, at the moment, she has a long way to go to actually,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna take some adjusting. But anyways, we're jumping way ahead. No, so Oscar walks up, like, I need my cane back. I like Jin's, like, so none of you actually have a
your
question
beating
for me?
gave me a limp. I kinda need the cane.
Unless you want to carry me, I need my cane.
Oh, these old bones. Hazel, what did you do to me? You're
Anyways.
right, fuck.
Anyways, so
Damn
Hazel,
hooligan.
Back in my day, kids weren't touching like this. We just had a video game machines taken away.
Where's child safety when you need it?
Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
It's a really good
anyways,
though.
Hazel notes that when they move the lamp, the whole place is gonna go on high alert. So
God damn it, I'm such a nerd.
So don't move it yet.
But
We're
my
well
first
equipped with alarm systems.
my first thought with that was Persona 5.
Yeah.
So anyways, they leave, totally not leaving anyone behind. To snatch the lamp. Oh wait, never mind. There's Neo.
Imagine all like the people that used to be in like every RWBY episode, like, oh look, there's Neo. Like, imagine those people like saying that in this scene. Neo gets revealed. I was right all along.
I thought I noticed something when, like, she was doing that whole like shifting back into her usual self.
Yeah.
I'm going at this episode half speed.
Okay.
Also, kind of like when Jin like glares at the wall and is like, "Are you sure no one has any more questions for me?" That kind of
Yeah.
gave it away that someone else was there.
Yeah, she 100% knew Neo was there.
Yep. And you know what? While she's like, let's say halfway through transforming back, you're gonna hate me for this, by the way.
Oh boy.
We get a shot of her ass.
And there we go. Add Neo to the tier list.
Well, I mean, I did a tournament bracket on that, and Blake won. So, Bella Booey is best Booey, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Jean's
We're
aura
just,
is.
like we're deliberately doing this at this point.
I feel like you guys are. So Jean's aura is.
To be fair, you
weakened.
should expect that from me.
Yeah, and for me at this point,
I've converted Aidan.
I know.
Soon I'll convert you as well.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Conversion podcast.
One of us. One of us.
So Jean, his aura, it's weakening. He's getting tired. I like how he tries to, like, rest his arm on the wall and it just slips.
And he's like, ew, I got this Grimware goop on me.
Yeah. So Jean's like, well, okay, let me use my big brain for a second here again, which is kind of a theme with this volume. I'm gonna go this way and scout ahead, just to see if there's anything to take notice of, so you don't have to continue to mask us. I have to question why he was masking them anyway, because no one was around, and when they do notice someone's around, they'll just mask them then.
I mean, to be fair, you don't know what Grim might be just, like, watching in the shadows.
Yeah, and you don't really know if, like, the Grim Whale could, like, say to Salem, like, hey, I sense fear in, like, this corridor, go check it out.
True.
Because, like, I'm sure the Grim Whale has, like, the whole fear sensing thing like all the other Grims do.
Yeah, maybe.
And while this is going on, Yang's talking about how it's great to, you know, see Ren and John, like, be buddy-buddy again.
Which, I mean, yes, that is nice.
Yeah. And Ren says, like, yeah, it's okay for you to be scared. You don't always have to hide it with a joke.
It's true.
And you know what? I've just now realized, because I try and make jokes to get through these scenes, especially while talking about them with Max and you guys. That hits home.
I mean, yeah, like, and then I do like how he notes, like Yang's like, I guess I'm not the only one who's scared, and Ren's like, well, of course I'm scared. Like,
But no, Jean.
yeah.
He truly believes that they can win.
So, yeah, good on him.
Protagonist powers activate.
Yep. I like how this is immediately countered as Jean like runs back towards them. So it's like run back, go back.
I really shouldn't have ran blindly down that hallway.
You know, I want to say that's like a smash cut, but it's not really.
No.
For those who like don't know what that is, it's when the character says something, but then immediately cuts to something that contradicts it.
No, this is just very unfortunately coincidental timing.
Yeah. In fact, if you want a good example of smash cut trope being used, go look up the first Iron Man movie. They use it 3 times.
Yes, it's true. Anyways, so Jean's running away because the seer is following them. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't notice them in the first place since Red wasn't masking them, but okay. I'll let that one go. And then Ren just gets his aura's out.
Yeah, it's too much for him.
Yeah.
No surprise at this point.
Yeah, and I will bring. I want everybody to remember this because I will bring this up later, probably.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, I think I know.
But anyways, because Ren's aura is out, that means he can't use the semblance anymore, and now the seer notices him. I like how Yang and Jean are already prepared for that. Like they know this is they can't be hidden for too much longer. It's a neat touch. It's nice to know that they know when. It's nice that they know what each of their limits are. Apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next we have Emerald and Hazel.
Oh yeah, this scene is fantastic. I'm just throwing it out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're walking down the hall. Hazel's wondering if he'll be okay. Most likely, at that point, referring to Oscar. Wink, wink.
Yeah, like, is it okay to leave him on his own?
Yeah.
Wink, wonk.
Emerald's like, I don't know, but like, oh wait, hold on. Here comes Salem.
Hazel, hey Hazel, you got what I need yet?
And then
Hazel seems to stumble over his words a whole lot.
yeah,
Very
Hazel's-
unlike him.
No. He doesn't say no, but anyways, and then Salem notices, wait a minute, the lamp is gone, and then just zooms off.
Then just Naruto runs the other direction.
I wouldn't even call that Naruto runs because she doesn't really like move her legs that much. It's more like Naruto zoom.
Naruto zoom. I'd love it if someone took that scene and put like a motorbike like revving up sound effect over it.
You know what? That just means Salem would be great in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. She doesn't even need a motorcycle to play card games on.
Card games on motorcycles.
Salem's like, yeah, I don't need that.
So, Yang, Ren, and Jean take care of the Grim. Yang's like, alright, let's do what we do best. Charge blindly into danger. Like, I mean, I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, that is what they do, and I would just like to bring this up. The seer that they killed. Same Grim that killed Lionheart.
Indeed.
A headmaster of a school.
Indeed. I don't know if that speaks volumes to their power or the fact that Lionheart just sucks.
I mean, Oscar was beating up Lionheart with a stick. I don't think Lionheart was
Okay,
like,
so
that powerful.
okay,
Yeah,
so
Lionheart's
Alright.
a little bitch.
all right,
Yeah.
so this isn't a demonstration of their power. It's a demonstration of Lionheart just sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then John just decides, you know what? I'm gonna pull at your heartstrings for a second. Would have gone with keep moving forward. Thanks, John. I definitely needed that.
Hey, it emotionally stings in a good way.
Yeah,
True.
it's a very fitting line for that moment.
Yeah.
And then Ren's like, forward. I get see, this is another heartstring. Because Ren's voiced by Monty's brother.
Who, I will get into this later. Oh boy, tease the fanbase like you have no idea.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah. So we're back outside. We get a team attack from Flint and Neon. I almost forgot their names for a hot second. I apologize.
You know, I'm always happy like whenever Neon shows up, mostly because she's voiced by Meg Turney, and I like Meg.
Cool. And we also get a team attack from Marrow and Harriet. Slightly less impressive because it's Harriet, and I don't like Harriet, but
Why? She's been such a pleasant character this entire volume.
I like
yeah.
her semblance.
She definitely doesn't give me a headache every time she speaks.
And her hips.
Okay.
Anyway,
anyways,
the bomb is arriving, and I know
that's bad. The bomb's arriving, and that's bad.
Yeah. But then it cuts a little something that confused me when I first watched. But see, I've been going back through RWBY for reasons. Did you guys think it was weird that Marrow just turns around and goes, "Come on, one"?
Yeah, I thought that was weird at first too.
Yeah. When the group all got their licenses, he couldn't pronounce Jean's name, so he was just going through a bunch of different names, and that was one of the ones he landed on.
Yeah.
And looking back, I'm just like, oh, that's a good callback.
Yeah, that's a really nice detail.
Yeah, I picked up on. I actually picked up on that right away. Like, I don't know why that's oh yeah.
It was just such a small thing, I just couldn't remember it.
Oh, look at me, I pick up on things right away.
Oh, you're one to talk.
I mean, he's got you there.
Yeah, you know what? Fair point.
Why don't you talk to me about that? Anyways, our heroes run into Emerald and Hazel. And Hazel's like, oh, wait, whoa, and then turns into Oscar.
I knew Hazel was Oscar this entire time. My fan theory's just been proven right. Take that.
Okay, no, real talk. Did everybody? I'm pretty sure everybody fell for this.
Yeah.
When I first watched, yeah.
I was kind of convinced for a moment it was like a 4D chess move. Like it actually was Hazel. Emerald just turns him into Oscar, but it's actually Hazel.
That would have been funny.
That would have been. But no.
Yeah, but there were signs when we first see Emerald and Hazel.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like, if you didn't know any better, if you hadn't seen this part yet, you'd probably just assume that was just Hazel being nervous.
Yeah.
Because
he's
just like, oh, does she know that I've turned against her?
Yeah. Does she know that I've turned against an all-powerful immortal witch lady? Probably. We learn later on that she didn't know, but anyways, I'm jumping ahead. And now they're all like, so, why are you being followed by Emerald? Isn't she our enemy?
I converted 2 bad guys in the past hour.
Yeah, that's a flex,
What
actually.
did you do today?
Oh, you know, try to find you, get captured by the Aesops, and then get sent on a suicide mission before a bomb comes in and blows everybody up.
Oh, neat, I got tortured.
Yeah.
Fun day.
Well, fun night, actually.
Oh yeah, because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning at that point, isn't it?
Probably.
Well, no, getting tortured was Oscar's whole evening.
Great.
Oh yeah.
That's just fantastic.
There's a joke I can make from that, but I'm not going to.
Nope. We're gonna get to we're just gonna move on.
Why
Ren
should we
notes,
trust
like-
Emerald? Because I know the way out.
Yeah, okay.
Fair point. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't really argue with that.
No, but I also can't argue with Ren. Emerald is very much scared. Oh, I almost forgot. This is the thing I
And
was
he's
talking
all-
about.
Hey. Don't worry, I'm gonna use my lie detector powers on her.
Yeah, okay. I actually wanted to note that. This is what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, this is Ren just knowing that.
Yeah, it's not like something he needs aura for. He can just do this naturally.
Yeah, because remember, semblances are tied to aura. Ren doesn't have his aura. It's broken.
You know what?
Um,
That just made me realize about something in the next episode.
Isn't that also
We'll
how
get to that.
Crow's semblance works as well? Doesn't his bad luck remain on even after he lost his aura?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure all semblances are tied to aura.
I just kind of assume that Crow's works even when he doesn't have his aura activated, just because then why doesn't he just, like, never activate his aura?
Well, because then he's frail.
I know, but, like, better than bad luck.
I don't know. I would have assumed at that point that Crow would have been more like Watts and just trained to fight without it. But I guess not.
Well, hey,
and I
we've
mean,
seen semblances evolve. Maybe Crow's semblance will evolve to the point where he can just shift between bad and good luck.
Yeah, I've
Maybe.
seen a few theories about that.
and I mean to be fair, Crow's bad luck semblance is very handy in a fight. So you know, there's kind of it has that.
Yeah, but then
going for it.
he can have the bad luck thing for when he's fighting people, but then the good luck thing when he's spending his time with friends and family.
Yeah, I know about that. But I'm just meaning like now, as far as we got
Could you
it.
imagine? Could you imagine? He shifts to good luck just when he's like out at a bar or something, and the first thing that happens, like the tap breaks, and the bartender's like, oh, "Beer tap's broken, can't turn it off. Free beer for everyone."
Turns on good luck when he goes to buy a lottery ticket.
No, what I actually think is gonna, like, what Crow's semblance is gonna evolve into is just he can now finally control it. Like he can control when bad luck affects him. Because right now we've noted he can't control it. So yeah. Anyways, there's the bomb. Not what I was expecting, but all right. Like, all right, so clear a path. We'll take this thing to Monstro and blow it up. Meryl's like, wait, but hold on, they're still inside, aren't they? And Winter's like, yeah. What of it?
I gave him their window.
I told them
And then
that.
Meryl brings up, like, what if it was your sister that's inside? And are you just gonna tell her what you did to her friends? And man, the animation on Winter's face.
Oh yeah, she's so uncertain of it.
And she's just like, yeah, I would, because that's my job. Which, I think, like, I know a lot of people don't like the fact that, like, Winter's following Ironwood's, like, orders and everything, but I do think, like, this moment, it's, like, if this is, like, you don't know what's happening in that whale. Like, if she knew what was going to happen, obviously she wouldn't, like, even think about doing the bomb. But, like, if it's either let those 4 die, or, like, thousands of others die, you know, obviously he's gonna have to make that tough call.
Yeah.
While also, you know, having to realize that she'll have to, like, speak to Weiss at some point and be like, hey,
By the way, I blew your friends
how close
up.
were you with that Yango? Like, really? How close were you two?
Anyways, I actually straight up don't believe her. Like, I think she believes what she's saying, but I don't.
Yeah, like, well,
Like,
let's
if-
be real. We're gonna get her turning against Ironwood at some point.
Yeah. Like I'm saying,
That's
when
what this is building towards, and I want to see that.
yeah, like I think when if Winter is going to get put in that position, she's gonna think like I have to do this, but then be like, no, I can't. I'm not doing this. Like this is one of those examples of she believes she's telling the truth, but she's really not. At least that's how I view it. So,
Oh, I just had an idea for a scene.
Yeah.
Ironwood's telling Winter to like do something, like maybe kill like this person, and Winter's like, nah, not gonna do that. So Ironwood pulls out his gun to shoot her, but we just see Winter like brace for it, and then you just hear, stay! Boom! Marrow's turned as well.
Oh, that would be good.
that would be.
And then
Anyways,
we get Winter and Marrow versus Ironwood.
yeah. Anyways, and then, so we cut back to everybody else and they're running away. They're almost out. Everything looks all good. And then, no, Salem shows up.
No, she's straight up like Kool-Aid Man's through the wall.
Through the
Yeah.
whale.
How much you want to imagine the whale's just like, oh, come on, man.
Ah, that hurts!
Anyways, and then she just straight up Mr. Fantastic's way over to Emerald.
It's
It's creepy.
yeah.
Not helped by Salem speech towards Emerald. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is
Then
this is
everyone's like,
very creepy
nah,
character.
like, she's ours now.
Okay, so something I need to note. So everyone starts firing at Salem. Salem shoots a magic blast over at Ren. Jean jumps in the way and blocks it. But I think I really need to get a hold of this fast clicking thing. I think it breaks Jean's aura. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Okay, that's also gonna be thing I'm gonna have to bring up a bit later. But we'll get to that. And if you heard me laughing, it's because I've come back to that moment.
My gosh.
Yang punches Salem in the boob.
And then punches our loads, and then boom.
Yeah. So, and
So
you know,
Yang,
for all intents and purposes, like, yeah, Salem isn't dead because she's mortal, but
but
Yang
in that moment,
kind of
Yang
killed
did-
Salem.
Yeah. So Yang has the power to damage Salem's body. That's interesting to note.
Yeah, but the problem is she'll just like heal up right away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
which we actually see. I do love the shot that they do for like when the explosion happens and like the blood goes out and then it just slows down and she just slowly like twists
That
and
is
regenerates.
That is a cool effect.
yeah.
Also, I don't know if you noticed when Oscar fires that magic blast, like Hadouken! Well, more like Kamehameha, but whatever. I just wanted to say Hadouken, okay?
Yeah.
It seems to like hurt Salem more, despite the fact that it didn't like.
It didn't do anything to
Laura.
her. Like, it hurt. I find that weird. It hurt her more, and yet it didn't do any damage to her body.
But like the magic like staggered her and she looked like visibly like hurt by it. Whereas she
Yeah,
just
but
like
it didn't-
shrugged off the explosion.
Yeah, but the explosion still blew a hole in her chest. Like,
So like maybe magic like negates durability or something?
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe magic is just more powerful. There we go.
Sure.
I do really
then-
like the detail with this because Salem fights like she has immortality, like she doesn't dodge or block or anything. She just like shrugs everything off and just keeps on going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because she knows she can just come back from it. Why? What's there to worry
Yeah,
about?
And she
I know, I'm just
takes
saying it's a
out.
full detail.
And she takes out Jean and Ren with the power of yeet. Just yeets Yang at them.
Yeah. And then has them tied to the floor, or in Emerald's case, the wall.
Yeah, she asks Emerald, like, whilst holding an orb of death into her face, like, where is the lamp?
I love the animation on those magic effects. Especially now, since I'm more familiar with that being like done by like post animators. So like when you have like the 2D animators. So when you have like the base animation, Salem's just holding her hand like that. Like there's nothing there, then everyone else is supposed to. All right, so draw an orb here, draw an orb here, one here, one up here, I suppose.
Also, I'm just, it's dawning on me now. Like, how fitting is it that Emerald's the one being asked where is the lamp?
You don't know.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying it's fitting because she's based on Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. And
By the way,
Salem goes
if-
up to
when we never get to Vacuo, if if Emerald ends up bonding with Sun, I'll laugh.
Anyway, so Salem goes up to Oscar, more so talking to Osmond, but basically asking why do you keep coming back. And then Yang. Alright.
I love this scene from Yang.
Yeah. Bold move, first off. Second off, yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, just
Yang
telling
pretty much-
Salem, like, yeah, why do you? All this, like, death is because of you. Why? Just because something bad happened to you once?
Yeah, basically tearing into
Yeah.
Salem's mentality here.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And
It's also
she
kind of
goes-
ironic because the whole reason she did all this was because she lost Osmond, and here she is, like, wanting to kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, what was it all worth in the end?
Yeah. And Yang's like, well, I've lost a lot of things, I've lost a lot of people, and it's all because of you.
And she's all, oh yeah? Like who?
Well, I lost Summer.
Specifically, Summer Rose, her mother.
Yeah, screw you, Raven.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that clip from Fairly Odd Parents where someone just rips a photo up and then that person like feels it?
Yeah,
just had a
I
heart
know the
attack?
one you're talking about.
That's this scene. Yang calls Summer her mum, and Raven's just like, ow, my heart. She don't know why, but she feels it.
I don't like Salem's response though. Like, oh, her again.
Yeah, in terms of just, oh boy, this is gonna go dark places. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, no, I don't like it. But in
Yeah.
terms of like story intrigue, just
Oh no, yeah.
oh boy.
And then oh hey look, it's Hazel. Oh wait, no, it's Hazel.
The real one this time.
Also turns out to be an illusion.
Yeah.
This Hazel's also Oscar.
Which one's the real one? Oh, and the way she strokes Emerald's face with the back of her hand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so creepy.
So creepy.
I don't like it.
Also,
I
like
don't
before, when she was like grabbing Oscar's face and looked like she was about to like gouge his eyes out.
I know, right? So Hazel walks over to Oscar, because Salem's like, all right, so take this kid back to his chamber. And Hazel's like, all right, sure. Then Hazel
Yeah, and
takes
Hazel's
him.
just looking at all the kids that Salem is planning on killing.
Yeah. And then from here on, oh boy.
Oh,
Just-
yes.
Just wait. Okay, so Hazel picks Oscar up. Is about to take him back, but then he's like, he goes over to Oscar's ear. No more Gretchen's boy.
Did
At
anyone
that-
else think for a second he was about to like yeet Oscar off the whale?
No.
Like you
but-
survived a big fall once, do it again. Yeet, you throws him away.
That thought did not
No,
cross my mind,
yeah.
but that is funny.
Now, what he does is even better. Just gives him the cane, drops him, walks off screen, and then BAM in the face! Like, take that, Salem.
So good.
It's such a cool shot.
Then we have our first big fight in a while, and one of the best fights we've had in a long
Definitely.
time. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is my favorite fight of the volume so far.
Yeah.
It's up there with mine as well. Just because of, like, what Hazel is doing.
Yeah.
And, man, he jams a lot of dust into him.
Oh yeah, Hazel's going all out.
He's become the Avatar.
I mean, pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
Also, like, I mentioned this, like, in another discussion, but there's a friend of mine who, like, I showed him a clip of Hazel fighting, and he was like, man, I would love to see a death battle between this guy and Bane.
oh yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna throw this out there.
Hazel wins.
Freaking loves Bane.
Oof. Okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Especially after this, that ain't gonna work out the way he wants.
Yeah, that's the thing. At this point, I think Hazel for sure wins. I mean, it'd be cool. I don't know if I want to bring Bane back because he's kind of a basic combatant.
I mean,
But-
yeah, but like, you could do it a lot with like a fight between Hazel and Bane. Like in terms of animation.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, I have to admit for the death, could you imagine if, like, Bane's in a position to break Hazel's back, but he puts up a hard light barrier, switches it around, breaks Bane's back, but in the process snaps him in half.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like the hard light barrier like breaks his knee or something like that, then just picks him up, breaks Bane in half.
Oh!
So just
People
in
watching.
this shot.
People watching, let us know if you want to see that now.
So in this shot alone, I'm gonna go ahead and guess the types of dust he jams into his body.
Yeah, we got fire, electric, I want to say ice and hard light.
I think it's wind, not ice. 'Cause I don't think ice does.
No, because he had to
Uh,
shatter a wind crystal to like do the air jump thing. So I don't think it was wind. But then he also had to shatter a light dust crystal to put up that shield.
I also
Hang on.
don't think.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wind crystal. Oh yeah, he's got other crystals like.
And his
Oh,
hands
wait, no.
and everything.
Oh no, like the ones he has in his hand, he like shoves them together and makes a giant death ball out of like rock,
And like
electricity,
fire.
and lava.
And then just crushes Salem with it.
Yeah.
Like, look, Arc System works. Make a RWBY fighting game, have Hazel be a playable character, and have that be one of his super moves.
Yeah. Also just the scene where like he's got Salem on the ground, like just hammers into her, and then just punches side for side, and just the black blood just sprays everywhere.
It's not just that, he punches her face off.
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
And to
Like,
think
my
this is,
god.
and to think this is all just a distraction for everyone to get out.
Yeah, just so everyone can get away.
Really shows how much he was holding back at Haven if this is what he's capable of at full
Oh
strength.
yeah,
right?
honestly.
Imagine if he did this to Oscar back in Volume 5.
I think Oscar, Ren, and Nora would all be dead.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe not Nora, because she'd still absorb the electricity.
But
Ren
the Rock and
absolutely.
Magma was still there.
Ren would have absolutely died.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
speaking
then
of
that would
Oscar.
piss Nora off even more.
Well, speaking of Oscar, as everyone's trying to leave, Sean's like, "Wait a minute, why aren't you coming with us?"
Because Salem's only just going to come after them once she's done with Hazel.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna charge up my special beam cannon.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
No, you know what? You know what? With how the scene goes, it might as well be. All right, time to charge this up. Up. My counter. My counter. Oh, to hell with it. And then he shouts special beam cannon.
I've got an attack that might work, but you need to distract Salem. For how long? 5 minutes.
Hey, given how easily she can kick everyone's ass. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm charging my attack.
Well, even here, like Hazel's a beast for sure, but even he's still on his toes compared to Salem.
Yeah, and I'm at that moment when he just like bear hugs Salem. Pulls out a fire dust crystal, which I guess was in his mouth the whole time.
Gross.
Yeah, and just explodes it and then just burns Salem alive.
Along with himself.
Burn the
Witch
witch!
Trials reference.
Burn the witch!
Burn the witch! Where is your broomstick now?
And then we have this. All right, let's talk about this. Okay, so
I
Oscar's
have a lot I
charging.
want to talk about this.
So Oscar's charging up his cane. Let's try and talk about it without getting into the next episode.
Okay, I'm gonna wait then.
Okay, so Oscar charges up his cane, doing something. He puts up a shield. He shoots out a white beam that is so powerful it ends the episode. and we were all left with the biggest why of a cliffhanger in the entire show. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was quite the painful ending.
Definitely.
Yeah, admittedly.
Um,
But you know what? Painful in a good way.
well, yeah.
Because, like, when you have a show like this, like, yeah, that's a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I watched some reaction videos to this episode, and every single one of them had the exact same reaction to the end. Like, don't you? Like, it was like, "Don't you end it there? Don't you end it there?" It ends there. Why do you end it there?
So if you want to find out what happens next, you gotta watch the next episode.
Which
On
comes out
BrobusCast.com.
2 weeks later.
Okay, well, to be fair,
good reason. So
I know. I'm just making fun.
I know, we know. But yeah, it does kind of suck. We had to wait 2 weeks to get the conclusion to this, but
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I was cool with that.
yeah.
Like me and Max talked about, if it was wait a week, or it gets uploaded, but let's say some person who works on it, and some random guy that we don't know the name of breaks their leg as a result, wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, okay, so just to quickly go over it, I'm sure everybody who's watching this has heard why this episode was delayed, but for those who didn't, basically, long story short, Texas pretty much had the entire North Pole get dropped on them.
Yeah. For Texas, March is just not their month right now.
No, it's really not.
First there was that, and then now there's the new news that was announced. You live in Texas, I'm sorry.
Me too, and I have friends that live there.
I'm sorry for your friends.
Well, anyways, yeah, but I mean, all in all, it was a fantastic episode.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it was just like, holy crap. Where do we go from here? What
I'll tell you
happened?
where. The next episode.
Yeah, let's talk about this one.
Warning.
Oh boy.
There's gonna be some gushing from me in this.
There's going to be some gushing and there's going to be some screaming.
And a massive sense of dread.
I might go in a bit of a rant, but that is besides
So here's the fun thing. It's kind of a future plug. I'm actually doing like a sort of highlight reel for my reactions to this volume. I couldn't do every episode because there were some episodes that came out while I was on vacation. And unfortunately, one of them was episode 2, which I'm really upset about. So no, you won't be getting my reaction to the Hound speaking. Sorry.
Damn.
I know it sucks, but anyways, but for this one, I'm not gonna say why just yet because obviously we're gonna be talking about it. But at the end, I don't think I've screamed any louder in anger. I was so upset. Anyways, let's. I mean,
So yeah, when that video comes out, make sure to watch it.
yeah. It would be nice if you did. Anyways, the episode. Let's get into the actual episode.
Not to me, Zach.
Well, that's okay. It only picks up my audio.
Yeah.
Anyways, it opens on Ironwood. It does not open at all where I wanted it to. Before the episode came out, I was like, all right, so either it opens on, it opens immediately on Quill and Robin, or it opens on Hazel. And it opens on Ironwood. And I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, although Ironwood is being told about Quill and Robin, well, specifically that they still have Jacques in custody.
Which means that he's
Ironwood
alive.
And
Which
Ironwood
isn't a surprise, but it's a
quoting-
disappointment.
Ironwood's quoting a lot of us right now and
Yeah.
saying, I don't give a damn about Jacques Schnee. What about the other two?
And I mean that one RWBY fan that's watching this volume and who's like, there's not enough jock in it.
You've had way too much
Bruh.
of. You've had way too
And
much of that
RWBY,
guy.
That one guy.
So I mean, okay, sure, it confirms that Jock's still alive. Yay.
Can't win them all.
To be fair, I expected it, but like I
know
was
what?
kind of hoping.
You know what? Now I'm just picturing, like, you guys remember the DBZ abridged Cell game?
Nope.
After
Yeah.
Hercule gets smacked into that mountain, Vegeta's just laughing his ass off. Oh, he's alive! One thing. I wanted one thing out of today.
What about killing Cell?
Would you believe me if I told you this was more important?
Anyways,
There's gotta be, like, someone out there who would want Jacques dead before Salem.
True.
well, I mean,
To be
yeah.
fair, I do think it would be more satisfying if you were gonna kill Watts to like, I don't know, involve Weiss or another member of his family more, not just like have him die randomly in a prison cell.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
because imagine.
admittedly, that would have been a lame way for him to go.
I mean, because imagine, like, okay, so Crow and Robin are obviously going to get back to Team RWBY eventually. So just imagine Crow walks up to Weiss and like, by the way, when we got broken out, the explosion that did it killed your father. Sorry.
I took a picture.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna post this. Hashtag shit happens.
Takes a selfie with the cord.
Oh god.
Anyways, so they start lifting
Anyway,
up
so I like the detail on how scared these guards are because they know Ironwood's nuts.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
this point he is.
yeah.
It's really sad considering how good he was in Volume 7.
Well, let's be real. Like, given how everything was going, this was bound to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, I wished it didn't, you know. He
We
was
all
such
do.
a good character.
I say he still is a good character. It's just, man, it sucks that, like, he went this cuckoo.
Yeah, I know, it kind of sucks seeing like my like old favorite character in RWBY just devolve into this.
I get that. But again, it's like Matt said, it was kind of bound to happen with how everything was going on. But anyways, some guards pick up a rock and there's a bird underneath. Oh, look at that! It was Crow, not Raven. I can't believe people still thought that.
Imagine if it was two birds. One was raven, one was crow.
Oh my god, 2 birds under 1 stone.
Hey, yes.
I mean, there are 2 birds under 2 stones. I guess Robin doesn't turn into a bird. That joke fell on its head.
I turned myself into a bird, Robin.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm just really happy that in this shot, doesn't it kind of look like for a split second Crow snaps this dude's neck?
I thought he did. When I first watched it, I was like, did Crow just snap that guy's neck?
But it's just like, no, he just puts him in a sleeper hold to knock him
Yeah,
out.
thank God.
Yeah.
Like,
Jesus!
could you imagine prison changed Crow that much?
Well, anyways, they're
This is
free.
what I'm gonna do to James next.
Well, anyways, they're free. Yay.
The literal jailbirds are free.
Yay. Very happy that they're finally out of prison and they can actually do stuff.
But we'll have to wait another episode for that, maybe.
Yeah, because that's the last time we see them for this episode. But Ironwood's not happy that they're broken out. I can't possibly imagine why. It seemed like such a great plan.
I just don't understand why he cares. Like, Salem's the
I don't-
priority in moving Atlas. Like,
I
I
don't
guess
know.
Crow.
We'll get to that.
Oh yes, Crow, the biggest threat to our society since me.
No, we'll get to why he's mad that they don't have him anymore.
Oh yeah, I know why. I'm just kind of like messing around with it.
Well, even then, like, I don't know.
Also, like, shout out to the animators for what they did with when Ironwood just turns around and like, we see how frustrated he is, but without seeing his face and everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, conveying that without any kind of facial animation, that's really hard to convey.
Yeah.
I'm doing it so well.
Yeah. So, these animators, they're doing fantastic work.
Yep. So Ironwood gets on a call with someone. I'm not quite sure who. It's like,
Then
hey,
before he can do anything, boom!
it's like, by the way, how are things going? Oh wait, there's an explosion.
Really beautiful explosion though.
Yeah. I think am I the only one who was like, wait a minute, what in the world?
Yeah. 'Cause I was convinced that it would have been like some sort of like time magic thing. Like he would have frozen time or something, or
Time roulette, go.
Yeah, but get reactions from Weiss as well. She just straight up drops her tray. Nice going.
Yeah, that
Nora.
has,
Oh, by the way, Nora's
has
kind of
bright-
out of bed. Kind of out of bed, and it isn't bandaged up anymore. So
She's on the mend, which I like.
yeah,
Then we get a bunch of lancers getting blown away.
yeah.
Yeah. We didn't touch on like the explosion we see from the Aesop's point of view, but did it look like to any of you guys that the Aesops were dying there?
yeah, I thought that
I didn't-
too.
I
thought
actually-
like the
I actually
magic was
didn't
gonna,
notice
hit
their-
the bomb and explode the bomb with the Aesops as well.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice their silhouettes until this watch, actually. So yeah, I was just gonna point that out. But yeah, Monstro is dead.
Yeah, because basically a freaking nuke just went off.
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
And then we cut to, well, some of the decaying corpse, and through this fog that's now formed, you see a figure, that being Neo, just skipping and frolicking through it with the relic, and I don't know if this was intended to be, like, ominous, like, she has the relic now, what's she gonna do with it, but it's just hilarious,
Too funny to be ominous.
because,
Yeah.
like,
I just
have
walked
you
away. I'm
ever
just
heard
skipping.
of someone
I'm just skipping away from a nuke. Oh.
Yeah, have you ever heard of someone just skip out of a nuclear blast zone like fra la 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 la? Neo has.
Yep. Yeah, so that happened. I like how Maro's still concerned about everyone still being inside.
Oh yeah, because Maro's a good boy.
Yeah. Also, this Grim is straight up decaying, like, full-on Infinity War style.
Well, all Grim do that.
I know,
It's
but
just this one's massive.
yeah,
So
but
it's
it's
gonna
more
take a while.
it's more noticeable here, in that regard.
Mrs. Salem, I don't want to go.
Oh god.
That's okay. Grim can't feel emotion. It's fine. But anyway, so Ironwood calls them. It's like, good job. But we need you to come back. We have a new problem.
And Maro just brings up that wasn't us.
It's true, but he doesn't know that, and he doesn't need to know that. Except Winter thinks he needs to know that.
Boy, we'll get to that, but now we get
Can you?
to...
Okay, no,
Free
pause.
bomb.
Can you imagine how much different things would play out if they just took the credit for that?
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Or you know what? Just have Maro walk in. That was all me. I did that. Just put on shades. Like, cross his arms.
Now instead of freezing time, I can reverse it, so I just reverted the whale into a puddle. That's his excuse.
Well, and then we're back in the
And
city.
then someone
and
brings up, yeah, Maro, you cut. Hey, I'll do it to you too. I have the power.
I'm basically God at this point.
And then we cut deeper into the city, and it's Cinder and Watts. They see the whale
Oh,
scene
yeah.
completely exploded.
Yeah.
This scene is fantastic.
I like Watts is just like, well, she'll come back. Like,
But
I mean,
they need a plan, and Cinder has a plan. It's rip the maiden powers out of Penny when Watts brings her to her.
yeah, except Watts isn't bringing Penny to her.
Yeah, because thank you, writers, for clearing this up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Just like
So-
he doesn't have some kind of like mind control over Penny. It's just no. Here's the set course that she's on now.
Yeah.
She's able to like slightly resist it.
So yeah, so technically in that aspect, it's not really a hack. It's a virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good clarity, actually.
Kind of funny how that all happened with Cinder because she misread Watts' message.
Well,
I
technically
can't get over
speaking,
the fact that Watts calls her a dimwit.
well, technically, it was Tyrion who got the message, and he gave it to Salem, and then Salem gave it to her.
Salem
So-
can't understand technology. It's canon.
Yep, pretty much. So basically, Penny is just on a set match. Set path, I mean.
Yep, and that being to open the vault and then destroy herself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Um,
Cinder don't like that either.
No, no one does.
And she just pulls a scorpion like get over here with a stretchy grim arm.
And Watts apparently notes that that there's a part of Penny that's resisting. So that could be something interesting. If she's still not in complete control.
I mean, maybe he just assumes that because he thinks she would have like already gotten the staff at that point if he just wasn't resisting.
Well, that and
Maybe.
the fact she fell out of orbit.
That true, yeah. That's
True. I like Watts' response when he's being held, like, you know, it's funny that you haven't figured this out yet, but I don't work for you.
And
And then Cinder just like straight up has Watts hanging over the side of the building.
And he just doesn't care.
By the way,
he's like back talking her. It's amazing.
By the way, I had a mini freak out when I saw this moment, because there's a scene in Attack on Titan Season 2 that's a lot like this.
Oh god, more RWBY and Attack on Titan comparison.
From this volume specifically.
Yeah, there's been a lot from this volume.
I wonder if that will lead to anything.
But yeah, Cinder just does the whole Cinder monologue, blah blah blah, I want power, blah blah blah, I'll kill everyone, it's my way.
Yeah.
And Watts just starts laughing at her.
Which
leads to by far the best scene of the episode.
And can we just get this out of the way? Dude, shout out to Christopher Sabat.
I know, he does such
I know.
a good job with that.
You are so good at your job.
Yeah, he's a great voice actor. But yeah, Watts is just straight up tearing into Cinder.
It's amazing. I've wanted this for 8 years.
It's like, well, you stormed into Freya's room and thought, well, I can take on Ironwood's top dog and War Machine. I like how he calls her that. It's like, but you failed at that, and that machine became the Winter Maiden.
Oh, and how could we forget the time you made a deal with Raven Bronwyn? Get all your enemies in one place to take the relic. If only someone could have warned you how stupid a plan that was. Oh wait, I did!
Yeah.
You think you deserve power just because you suffered, but suffering isn't enough.
I mean, just like the way he says it, just like with so all this like hatred and conviction, just.
I also love.
Oh my
these,
god, it's great.
I love
think
these
what makes
scenes
this
of-
so much better as well is he is by far the weakest the weakest member of Salem's entire team. Like in
Yeah.
terms of like a combat perspective. Like he doesn't have a powerful tendon. He never had like fighting training. He doesn't have any maiden powers. But here he is looking at like glaring down one of the most powerful people in the entire world and just tearing into her with no fear as he's about to die.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
let's put this. Like, let's put it this way.
Let's be real. For all intents and purposes, he pretty much thinks like, yeah,
I'm going
he
to
can't do
die.
anything to stop Cinder. She could kill him whenever she wants. So at this point, just tear into her. And I like how at the end, just like, but all you've ever been is a bloody migraine.
So good.
It's like, God,
I also
if you're
feel like-
if you're ever gonna go out,
That's
like,
the way to go out.
that's one hell of a way to
Like
go
I
out.
wouldn't have even been mad if Watts just got dropped there and he died.
Oh yeah,
That would've been the best way.
dude, I totally expected it. I totally.
Yeah, so did I.
I was in complete shock when Cinder just didn't drop him.
What I also think makes this scene interesting is like it's kind of been hinted that Watts like he doesn't really like people that are like born into power or like get given power, and Cinder's kind of like a perfect example of this. She's just been like being given all this power by Salem without even earning it, and here he is like having to work so
I mean,
hard
she
to like get where
did-
he is.
She did steal the maiden powers from Amber.
Yeah, with like health and but you kind of get what I mean though. Like he's
Yeah, I get it.
he's not been given any special treatment. He was never born with any like powers or anything like that, or had anyone like give him anything. He's like a self-made man. So like it's just a really great scene overall. Like one of
Yeah.
the best in the entire series, in my opinion.
The only thing I thought was kind of distracting, and I didn't really notice it until I read the comments of the video that this took, but someone commented like, "Careful, Watts, your Vegeta is showing."
I totally heard Vegeta in parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is one of the more like unique sounding roles for Watts, for Sabat. I mean,
Well, that and the fact that like
I
look at a lot of Christopher Sabat's roles in anime, and it's just like they're all like these like big physical fighters. Like
Well, not even just that, like,
Zoro, All Might, but what's his like the more technical side of things?
Well, not even just that. Like, just as far as how the characters themselves sound. Like, you could look at Piccolo compared to All Might and be like, okay, that's Chris Sabat.
I think that's just because of
but
how
I-
well known Chris Sabat is, though, not due to like acting ability.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but like, I know. What I mean is like you'll be able to recognize his voice. Like you'll be able to hear the voice and be like, okay, that's Chris Sabat. But for this, I feel like if you didn't like look it up or see it in the credits, you probably wouldn't even know it's him. Compared to literally any of his other roles. Except for this, where people are like, wait, why does he sound like Vegeta? Oh wait, that's Chris Sabat. Okay.
You know what? Now I'm picturing. Could you imagine if, like, for comparison, someone pulled up Watts and Smokey the Bear?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's. I'm picturing that. Yeah, they sound really different.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Funny thing, when I was watching this episode, my reaction to Cinder sparing Watts was like, oh, this show really just does not want to kill Watts, does it? This show's had two
It's also
opportunities.
really weird because like 2 volumes in a row, he has like this big moment where like he calls people out or like one-up them. They're about to kill him and they just don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
like, twice.
Yeah,
Sometimes
this show's
he was
had
hanging over the edge, about to be dropped to his death.
like this show's had 2 opportunities to kill this man, and they just don't do it.
And we
But I'm
didn't even
glad.
talk about. We didn't even talk about this for this scene, but after Cinder, like, spares Watts, what does she do?
She goes off in the corner and cries like a
cries.
baby.
Yeah, because he's right.
Oh,
Was I
he
the
is.
only one that laughed while that was happening? I kind of just laughed when Cinder started to cry. I feel bad for her.
But wait,
And I've seen people
Wait,
bring this
hold on.
up.
that
Cinder in this scene shows more humanity than Ironwood.
is true. But wait, is that character development I smell? For Cinder?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm,
no.
Of all people?
Look,
Oh,
yeah, like,
Oh,
I'm,
that means we're getting more Cinder. Oh no.
hey,
I'm
to be
curious as
fair,
to where this is
to be
gonna go.
fair, I'm happy that she's becoming more than just a one-note villain.
I know, but like, at least for me, it's a bit too late to care. Like, if you really like Cinder, or like this has really like changed your perspective, I'm very like good for you. You know, you clearly see something I don't. I
I don't know. Oh, hello. I lost my connection. That's great. That's going into the video. No, it's probably not. What happened?
something really good with Cinder, I am more than willing to have my opinions changed. I just personally, this isn't enough for me to be like, oh, Cinder, she's great, or like, oh, I really want to see her redeemed or great character. Like at that point, like I'm not there yet. Personally.
Okay.
Rant over. I apologize.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of figured we'd be seeing more of Cinder. She's too important of a villain.
yeah, plus we still need to have like one more fight between like her, Ruby, or Jean, maybe Weiss.
I don't know. I've at any point, like, more development is good development. So whatever. I like Watts's just like he's breathing heavily, like, I almost just died.
Again.
Again.
That actually worked.
Yeah, like it was like, wait, I actually got spared from that? How? Anyways, we cut back to the dead Monstro, and everyone got out safely.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
want to talk about this.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Alright, okay, well, first of all, just everyone making it out, and before I get into this, I am just gonna bring this up. Do we count this as them surviving a nuke?
Okay.
Because,
I've been
yeah,
in
I
a
know.
lot of.
I know they ran out of the whale, but
I've been in a lot.
given the timing, they couldn't have gotten that far.
I've been in a big discussion about this. I think this will apply to Oscar.
Yeah, because he
Well,
not only,
Oscar, Oscar put up a shield.
well, yeah, but I
Okay,
think
well then it
shield,
applies to
like,
Oscar's
nuke level
shields. Whatever.
durability.
Yeah, and Oscar can pull up those shields like pretty casually. So,
Yeah, and like, at least for Jean and Ren, we saw that their auras broke.
yeah.
that
So
was-
I don't
was
think
my
it would
big
make
question.
sense.
For this, like, how did they even survive that? Like,
Well, here's the thing about
They would've
explosions. I don't know if this applies. I don't know if this applies here, but
it gets weaker the further you're away from it.
yeah,
I know, but
like you
I
can.
just find it weird that it like goes so far and it wipes out like a bunch of Grim, but it doesn't destroy any buildings and it doesn't damage anyone, like except for Hazel.
Well, the thing is, like, you could be like 10 feet or something away from the epicenter, and you'll get like a fraction of the damage, or like a fraction of the power. Like explosions get very much weaker the further you are away. And
but
we keep
given, like,
we keep noting
how
how
long it took. Like, these guys couldn't have gotten that far away.
well I'm not. I don't know. I'm not about ready to argue for like nuke level RWBY just yet. Maybe for Oscar, but that's about it. Because it doesn't help that it also kills Hazel, which, by the way, rest in peace. Rest in peace, you beautiful man.
I know.
Yeah.
What a way to go out, like grappling an immortal witch and burning her while getting
Dude.
nuked.
Hazel went out like an absolute badass.
I know.
Yeah. And like, to be fair, I know we keep noting like with other like characters maybe surviving. Like I noted it with Tyrion before, and we probably would have noted it with Watts. Like whenever they decide, all right, this is the time to kill the character, it usually means that they don't have anything more for the character to do anymore. Which means that if they survive something that would probably actually kill them, it means there's still something more to happen with them.
I mean, I think you could have done more with Hazel. After
I don't know,
this if you
risking-
wanted to keep him alive.
I don't know, risking his life to get back at the, like, basically the actual cause of Gretchen's death.
I know, but that doesn't like kind of make up for, you know, all the innocent people he killed along the way. Like he killed basically every huntsman and huntress in Haven. Like I think you could have done something cool with like I don't know, like Hazel.
I don't think it's been confirmed that that was Hazel specifically.
Well, didn't
Yeah.
Cinder mention something about Hazel being involved with that with Tyrion?
Cinder mentioned that he and Tyrion would have found them at least, if Lionheart hadn't given, even if Lionheart didn't give them the info needed to find them.
But like, I think you could have done like a cool side story with like, I don't know, like if Atlas is like still around or Mantel's still around, have like Hazel stay there and like help out and protect people from Grim, you know, like make up for all the damage he's caused that way instead of just dying. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about him dying. He went out like a badass. But just,
Yeah.
I'm saying like, you could have done something with him if you wanted to keep him alive. That's the point I'm making.
Well, it also could act as like character building for Emerald.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
when,
that's
and,
what I
then,
think it's doing.
and then when we see Mercury again, it'll affect him too. But anyways, yeah. But going back onto what we were talking about, I just don't think this would make sense to kill Hazel and not and not an auraless Jean and Ren.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. Also, like, the explosion spans, like, a long way away and wipes out, like, most of the Grim in the area, but doesn't
Also-
hurt, like, a single human. I just don't understand how that works. Is it, like...
Also, Neo was
Like,
in
still
the whale, and she's
Yeah.
skipping out of everything. Like,
Yeah,
Well, the
I
whale
know.
was huge, so I don't know, and it doesn't like completely vaporize the whale, so it just
Yeah, but,
kills
like,
it.
But also, like, expands like loads of miles and wipes out like nearly all the Grim created by that whale.
Well,
Yeah,
they
like, there
were
lancers in the city, and they got like taken out by just the shockwave.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
just
thinking
weird,
that I was thinking that was just the
only
shockwave.
seemed to- The shockwave only seemed to like damage the Grim and no like buildings or people. which
Well,
just
and
kinda
also
confused
like
me.
we don't see them die; they just get knocked back. So it's possible that they just got knocked down a bit, but they're still alive.
I mean, I
don't-
guess, but like, I just feel like you would have seen more damage to like the actual city if this was like a big, like it's an explosion of kinetic energy. To do more than just like stagger and kill a bunch of Grim. Like, you would think like buildings would be shaken a bit, or at least like, but it only seems to be Grim that's affected and Hazel, which I just find a bit weird.
Well, anyways, White sends them a map to find them.
Oh, but first I gotta gush about something.
Okay, okay,
Do not steal this from me, okay?
okay. Go ahead.
Yang gets a call on her scroll, and when she looks at it, it's Blake, who... Oh my god, like, just the way she looks so nervous and is, like, biting her fingernails. And the second she notices that, yeah, Yang's answered the phone, like, her ears twitch, eyes, like, dilate, and she gets so happy and relieved.
Yeah.
It's cute.
But yeah. That's
so
that.
Just establishing everyone's alive.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we get them walking down a hallway, and we have we have two sides of a coin here. So we have
I still have one more thing to point out.
Oh, okay.
Just when Ruby and Weiss get behind Blake on the call, and just Blake has that cute little wave. Like these four girls, they love each other, okay? They're family.
It's true. Anyways, so they're walking down a hallway. Yang and Jean have Emerald at gunpoint. And then Oscar and Ren are like, okay, hold on a second. Yang and Jean are very much in disbelief that they're inviting Emerald to Schnee Manor. They're just gonna walk her in all willy-nilly. Like,
I mean-
oh, by the way, Emerald's here.
I mean, Emerald's even like, yeah, why are you trusting me? That's a stupid idea. I don't like you, and you don't like me, so how I
just,
just go my separate way.
Yeah, let's just like never speak to each other ever again. Sound cool?
Yeah, except no. I mean, in that instance, probably, but like,
I do like how Ren does bring up, like, she can help him, and that is something to consider. Like, for example, she can mention, hey, Mercury and Tyrion are on their way to Atlas, that's Salem's next target. And they'll be like, oh, we gotta go to Vacuo. We gotta help them people.
yep.
Even though, yeah, it's kind of obvious that's gonna be the next place, because it's the only one left, but still.
Still.
Also, maybe do like a Last Jedi thing with like the Salem as a distraction so people could get away. That could be cool.
Huh?
No, not Last Jedi. I've got the name of the movie wrong. Damn it.
I don't even know what you could be talking about.
No, the name of the film is slipping my mind. You know the second sequel Star Wars movie?
Yeah, that's Last Jedi.
Oh, so I got that right. You know the scene at the end where it's like, okay, so I did get that right. Just like people, you were like, what? And I was thinking, did I like remember the name of the movie wrong? But
I'm trying to remember which scene you're talking about and how it
do you
applies to
remember the
Ruby.
one at the end where it's like Kylo Ren and like all the AT-ATs are like marching on the rebellion, and like Luke does like the force projection thing and like
Yeah.
distracts Kylo Ren so they all get away? Emerald could do something like that. Make like a projection of Oscar, like an illusion of Oscar. Have it be like, me and Oscar have merged, I'm gonna fight you, Salem, one-on-one.
Yeah, but it puts a strain on her doing it like more than like multiple minds at once.
Yes, but you also have John there.
Although
who could
she did mask Oscar as Hazel in front of like Salem and all three of those guys at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
And
could,
she's
I don't know,
noted that she's been working on her semblance, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. That could be a cool way you could use like Emerald's powers, like use it to distract Salem as everyone else like runs off and tries to get some distance.
Well, at the moment, Salem's pretty much out of the picture, so.
Yeah, for the next few hours anyway.
She's gonna be putting herself back together for a while.
Yeah.
Imagine if it's literally like she just has to like pick up her arm and like attach it back on Deadpool style.
I'm
No, like,
wondering.
each individual atom has to put themselves back together,
What I'm wondering.
and that eventually forms into Salem.
What I'm wondering is if Okay, so Salem's obviously going to be out for a while. I'm wondering how long.
I think Hazel said the most he was able to like get her to stay dead for was a few hours.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but that was Hazel. This is
Yeah.
like Oscar dropping a nuke, essentially.
Yeah, so she could be out for longer.
How
Maybe
about this?
it's,
We
it's
vacuum
possible.
up what's left, put it in separate bags, and then split those bags across the world. There we go.
Problem solved.
Well, my point is that it's possible that Salem is like out for probably even the rest of the volume. With an explosion like that.
With everything that's gonna happen, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that much time left to like have Salem come back for like a big fight, anyways.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways. So. Yang notes that the emerald is part of the reason why she has her arm. Which I mean, I guess it's nice that this is being brought up again.
Yeah.
And Yang's like, I'm not just gonna forgive her. And me and Oscar had the exact same reaction. Like, well, you don't have to.
You don't have to. You have every right to feel the way that you do.
And hey, look, Ren has a semblance back. So that's cool, I suppose.
Speaking of stuff being back,
Yeah. Ren notes that he knew that Oz has been back.
To the group. Yeah.
Oz is back. Like Yang and John are like, oh, Oz is back.
To pin Oscar to the wall again.
Yang and John are just
thank
like,
God
oh,
you
Oz
don't
is
do
back. Yang and John are just like, oh, Oz is back. Cool. Wait, Oz is back? Hello?
Yeah, and Oscar's like, hey, look, he trusted me with his cane, and he even took some of the beating that Hazel gave me so I wouldn't have to.
That was kind of a lie, though, isn't it? Because didn't Oscar
Not
take
really.
most of the...
Not really, because there were points where Oscar and Osmond did switch.
Oh, yeah.
And even then, Osmond was always like, dude, switch with me so you don't have to take this. Like, I'm prepared to take this for you.
Yeah.
Like, the entire time.
Yeah,
Yep. And then also...
I'm not saying this, like, absolves Osmond of everything. I'm just saying
Oh, heck no.
he did good here by Oscar.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Heck no.
support child torture, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
This also explains just what it is that Oscar did to Hazel and Monstro and Salem. Basically,
Yeah, kinetic energy stored up over multiple lifetimes.
It's
yeah,
actually kind of cool way to use a cane as a weapon, because you can hit people with it, or you can just walk with it, and that's just still slowly building up kinetic energy. You ever hear like Osmond like made one of those machines that like move on its own, so he just set it up so the cane was just like hitting the wall constantly to build up kinetic energy?
You know what? Maybe that'd be a good project for Oscar to get working on.
just have a punching bag hung up, and Oscar just continues to hit it with his cane. Like, I'm gonna store up energy somehow.
Oh, you know what? It's late at night. Oscar's trying to sleep, but people in the floor above him are making a noise, and he's just like, "Dum, dum, dum. Keep it down, you two, but thanks." Because that's storing up kinetic energy as well.
More energy for my stick.
But go to sleep.
Anyway, so in the distance, they can hear a baby crying. That's not
Crying?
concerning at all. And they all run towards it. And hey, look, it's where everybody was evacuated. Oh boy. Yeah, yikes. This isn't a good sight at all.
No, but
I like how it even gets to Emerald. Like, wow.
Yeah, I like that too.
This is what we were doing.
I also like how Oscar even notes, like, look, Emerald, we can really use someone like you.
Yeah, and it's true.
Use your powers for good.
All Oscar needs to do now is just sing a song. Steven Universe style, job's done.
Nah, just go classic Disney style. That's what they do in every movie.
And then it fades to Ironwood. And oh boy.
Oh boy. You know how we could make jokes out of previous scenes? Not so much this one.
No. So Ironwood's like, oh, by the way, good job on that. And Winter's like, oh wait, that wasn't us.
And
I brought it
Ironwood
back.
doesn't even question it. He's just like, okay, well the whale's destroyed and we still have the bomb. Like, this might be useful. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, I can make one joke just out of pure sass.
Okay. Please do.
Ironwood points out, hey, so Penny hasn't come to the vault, meaning either Watts was incompetent or he betrayed us.
No, shit.
Ironwood, really?
Wait. What's betrayed you? Who would have seen that coming?
The evil scientist who works for the immortal witch lady wasn't on your side.
Who would have
Shocker.
thought? Dude, at this point, I would have trusted Jacques more than Watts.
Imagine if he asked Jots to hack into Penny.
Imagine that.
His solution?
I would have been more.
money at it.
I would have been more shocked if Jacques had betrayed them over Watts. Anyways, so Ironwood's like, so Cinder attacked and escaped with him, but we also lost Crow and Robin.
Yeah, which pisses off Harriet to no end.
Yeah, first I don't what? Okay.
I mean, she still thinks that Crow killed Clover.
True.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I guess the idea that there was a serial killer aboard that ship just totally blew over her head. But okay. Anyways.
I mean, you just assume someone kills multiple people, so they'll just kill again. Wow, stereotype. Assuming the worst of people, Brobuscus, I'm ashamed.
Whatever.
Also, like, we know Tyrion's on his way to Baculo, so...
I know, but like, how does this make Crow look any worse? Like,
I mean, his weapon was covered in Clover's blood.
okay, but they at least know a bit about Crow. He wouldn't like. I feel like they would know he wouldn't do that.
I mean, I think the evidence... I mean, like, you need to look at the facts when you see that scene.
There's... Oh no, there's
You know
blood on someone's weapon. It's not like he could be disarmed or anything like that.
Well, there's like a giant hole in Clover's back the size of that weapon. The blood is on the weapon, and Crow is holding Clover's dead body. Like, if you saw that scene, you would think Crow did kill him.
What does it say about me that I'm hearing this and I'm just picturing the, like, meeting screen in Among Us?
Dude, I don't know. It's just I just feel like Tyrion is now like a non-factor, and it's kind of annoying me.
Oh no, I agree with you there. I just feel like there is like reason as to
Like,
why they would think it's Crow.
It's like, wow, you totally didn't realize that there was like someone who's hired and made to kill aboard that ship. Okay.
Doesn't mean he kills all the time. It could be. No, I'm not even gonna make that joke.
Yeah, well, let's not. Let's just
Whatever. Let's just move on. I'm
Yeah,
before I get too, let's just move on before I get too upset about this.
I was Winter
let's not-
to bring Jean,
Yeah.
Ren, and Yang to him.
I'm getting annoyed. So let's move on to another scene where I get annoyed about.
Sorry, I'm not doing it on purpose.
I know. I'm more annoyed at Harriet actually.
Yeah, Harriet is being annoying.
But anyways, so Ironwood's like, I need the
Let
Winter
them hit
Maiden. I need the Winter Maiden, otherwise Atlas is doomed. So Winter, bring me Jean, Ren, and Yang. And then
because,
okay. I'm-
boy, his plan to get Penny to do whatever he wants is essentially just to threaten their lives.
Do you think he would have like killed one of them on live TV just to make a point?
I
Yep,
wouldn't put it past him.
he totally would have.
And the fact that he was planning on doing that with Crow as well.
This is where I'm like, I was about to talk about this, but you got it. Yeah, so and I like how Ironwood's like, okay, I don't like it, but Ironwood's like, I'm ashamed I didn't think of it earlier. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay. Leveraging the lives of her friends is the only way to make many of them moving. Okay, whatever. And then Harriet
Someone please
steps in.
smack Ironwood upside the head.
Please.
Slap him.
You need to.
Give him a good old slappy slap.
And then do it to Harriet because she goes on and is like, we don't have them anymore. Winter let them go.
I mean, at least for Ironwood, you could give him. I mean, I know this is no justification, but like part of this is his semblance. hindering him,
true. I'm actually
which
more
is the
surprised.
worst. Like, I really hate Ironwood's semblance personally, but that's not the time to talk about it. But like Harriet just has no reason. She just threw Winter under the bus.
Yeah. I'm actually more surprised Ironwood just didn't straight up kill her.
Snitch.
Well, no,
Like,
it's more useful alive to be a bargaining chip with Weiss for.
Oh,
Bring me-
don't put that foot in my head, please.
No.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
It's going to, and I hate it.
Weiss, bring me Penny, or I kill Winter. I'm betting that's happening next episode or soon.
Well, they're talking of Winter. This look that she has on her face when she's terrified, as Ironwood has his hand on her shoulder, and which hit stop that.
Yeah, please.
Do not touch her. I've
It's
seen
creepy.
people bring up that that's a similar look to how she is in the Schnee portrait.
Oh, great.
Oh boy.
And then Ironwood really shows how much his, how
That close up on his eyes.
yeah,
He's beyond. Like, he's just furious.
yeah. And he shows how furious he is by completely destroying his meeting table. Okay. Like, just,
Pulling a Kylo Ren at that point, just like destroying it.
just straight up BAM! Just completely destroyed. I was so taken aback by that.
Yeah.
And then he
Look at what-
Smash.
and then
and then
oh my,
it gets worse.
oh, just in case it couldn't get worse. Like, so Ironwood gets a call from one of his soldiers. Like, by the way, there are more ships flying into Mantle. They appear to be Schnee Dust Company freighters.
Which I'm gonna just throw this out there. We know, thankfully, we know a man by robots.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, no, people. Just throwing that out there for later.
Yep,
No,
thank
And
you.
there are no people on it yet because it was established earlier that they were heading towards Mantle.
Yep, thank you for that.
Ironwood immediately blames Weiss.
Well, I mean,
And
he doesn't
Winter-
know.
Yeah, I know. And Winter's just like, uh-oh, like, red flag, red flag.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud, but at the same time, oh no.
Yeah. And then Ironwood just starts silently laughing and saying, I need to make a call.
The smirk he has, like, as he's doing
Oh,
this.
I hate this. I hate
Dude,
this
like-
so much.
And we know that's a revolving chair as well. All he needs is a kitten, and then boom, he's a James Bond villain.
What? And then he loses an eye, and then he gets an eye patch.
Or a mechanical eye. I don't
Mechanical
know,
eye
Ironwood's-
patch.
Ironwood's pretty hell-bent on turning his body
Okay,
into
I
metal.
know it.
Um,
I know we weren't gonna make the too many jokes about this scene, but now I'm just picturing like Ironwood just going, "So, Miss Rose, we meet at fucking cat," or just like, "Soon, Miss Rose, I shall point the giant laser at the wo-"
dude, my hope is that,
The cat away.
so we know, Crow and Robin are gonna, confront Ironwood at some point.
Yeah.
My hope is that Crow just like steps into the room, completely ignores the rest of the Aesop's. Ironwood's just starting to talk to him, and Crow's just like, shut your mouth, and just decks him in the face.
No,
That's
no,
what-
here's something even better. Like, flies in through the building as a bird, into the office, morphs into a human, and just drop kicks him in the face.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be so cool. I just
Like, you have a shot
I-
where he's like
and he
flying
flies out of
towards
the window.
Yeah, flies towards the window. Shot where he just turns into a human, kicks through the window, hits him in the face. Okay.
like for one, I want more satisfaction from Crow. Like he's not doing a whole lot this volume, and it's upsetting. But also, like, man, someone needs to knock some sense into this man.
Yeah. Also, Crow and Ironwood have like some of the best fights in the entire series. So put those two together in a fight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyways, we cut back to Cinder and Watts, and Cinder gets a text from Neo being like, "Alright, so you're probably gonna die when
I
Salem
have
comes
this."
back because I have the lamp." Haha.
Plus, I'm just noticing in the picture where she's showing she has it, she puts her pinky up.
I like to imagine that she like got one of her illusions to take the picture of her holding the lamp.
Or
Oh
she
yeah.
just, like,
I
or
didn't
she
even
just,
think
like-
about that.
Because like you
Or she
see
just-
both her holding up both of her hands, so she has to have someone take the picture for her.
Or she set it down, set it on a timer, and then just post.
That is also fair.
Anyways, so,
Yeah.
yeah, Neo basically is like, "Alright, so you want to know the password? You know what you owe me."
I love Neo being a troll.
Yeah.
God, imagine if like she gives it to Cinder, and it's like the question's already been used up. Ultimate troll.
Yeah.
Well, I
And-
said I'd give you the lantern password. I never said I wouldn't use the question.
Well, I mean, Neo can't actually use up the question.
I mean, she could have like a voice recording of Oscar saying Jin or something like that.
I mean, yeah, but then how is she going to ask the question?
I mean, if Jin can see through invisibility, I'm sure she could read minds. Or like, she could do like a game of charades with Jin.
Or like a text-to-speech thing.
Yeah,
But then that just raises the question, why has she never used that before?
She never had to.
also, like, you'd have to record someone saying like very specific words to make a sentence. You'd be like playing with a soundboard on her phone all the time, just trying to make up a proper sentence.
Dude, it'd be like that scene with the Meta in Red vs. Blue.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, so we cut back to Shnee Manor. Ruby just
I'm
straight
excited for this scene.
Ruby just straight up throws the doors open.
And then we get a hug between her and Yang. And, like, I've seen people point this out. Like, they do, like, a little, like, spin. when they
Yeah.
hug, just like in Volume 2. Like, that is a great callback, and I love it. And just, like, yeah, like, Ruby tearing up and knowing, like, yeah, everything's good between them. Like,
so good.
yeah, it's really cute. And we
You
get
know
a hug
what?
between Yang and Weiss.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you take the lead on this one. I'll sit back.
And finally, Blake looks upset, and I never brought this up in a discussion on here, but you remember that promise that she made not to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, what if she felt like, because she went to help out with Amity and not, like, with Yang to help out with the evacuation, what if she felt like she, like, went against that in some way? Or maybe, like, Yang thinks less of her because of it, while Yang thinks Blake might think less of her because of what she's done. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm pausing so much, but there's a little detail. Yang cups Blake's face with her hand and actually strokes her cheek with her thumb. Not the first time she's done that, by the way. And, like, it's a super hard detail to, like, notice at first. Yang blushes.
Yep.
And they touch foreheads, and you know what this, like, trope is called?
What's that?
When two people, like, in a show like this, like, put their foreheads together in a like, quiet moment like this, that is the headbutt of love.
Yep.
So, if I may say it, B's confirmed.
At this point, yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely think this was a lot sweeter and more like tone relevant than those two having a kiss at this moment.
I will.
Yeah, I would-
yes, but
I would
but
agree.
I will admit I totally expected them to do it.
I mean, I would have been fine with it, but just I feel like this was better. Like this was more like appropriate to everything that's been going on. Like
Yeah.
when this calms down, I'm sure they will have a kiss. But like
Yeah,
I feel like
Like, we will get that at some point. Like, like, you guys know how, like, Max was never, like, a super big, like, into this?
yeah.
Like, when we did our discussion, he said, like, basically, in terms of the likelihood of this becoming a thing, like, we went from, like, a 60% to, like, a 95.
Yeah, at
And-
this point it'd be more surprising if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I like the little detail that Ruby and Weiss are just, like, watching them do this and smiling. This will never happen in the show, but I kind of, like, somewhat headcanon this. Do you guys think it would be funny if Ruby and Weiss had a bet going for who would initiate the first kiss?
It'd be funny if we got a scene where like they like tell Weiss and Ruby they're dating and they're just like, yeah. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we know.
do.
Yeah, like, we all know.
I saw a thing
Like,
about
you
this
guys
on
couldn't
Twitter.
be more obvious.
I saw a
By the
thing
way,
about this on Twitter. I totally forgot what it was.
By the way, as for who would bet on who, Weiss puts a bet on Yang and Ruby bets on Blake to initiate. And for my personal headcanon for who will do it, I headcanon it will be Blake because after everything that she's been through, Yang is all, you know what, not gonna rush her into anything, I'm gonna be respectful, it'll happen when she's ready. And that sounds like something she would do. I hope that happens now, it'll make me feel good.
What were you saying about Twitter earlier?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Is it your tweet about Bumblebee or?
No. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end, because I have some stuff to say about it too.
I just saw something funny. I just saw this funny meme about this shot in particular.
What's up, man? Like, this whole sequence, it's so goddamn cute.
Why can I not find it anymore?
Like, don't
Okay,
even
you
have
know what?
to
Never
say
mind.
anything. It's such a sweet moment.
Yeah. And it means more that you don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
And
And then
I-
Ren
I-
just and then Ren just has to
Oh,
go up
before-
and.
Before we get to that, there's one other thing I gotta point out.
Okay.
So, yeah, this trope is the headbutt of love. But you guys know what it means when cats like rub their heads up against someone?
Yeah. It means they love the person.
Yeah, that's a sign of like love and affection. We've seen Blake do that with like her parents. Her and Carly both did it with Gira before he had to make that speech, and then Sun awkwardly interrupted it. Yang's the only other person Blake's done this with.
Yep.
She's done it with her twice.
Yep. Okay, so if we're done with that, this is a nice tender moment, and then Ren just has to go up and ruin it and be like, where's Nora?
Why don't I get to hug my girlfriend?
And I guess I'll be the one to tell him.
And then she doesn't.
Well, on screen at least.
Well, we don't see like Ren doesn't straight up freak out either, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume he doesn't know quite yet.
I'd like to bet, and this might be a bit like presumptuous of me, but I think we're gonna open next episode, or at least the first scene of the like Team RWBY and all that, is going to be Ren rushing in through the door to see Nora.
Maybe not rushing through, but yeah.
Well, like if he's worried, he'd like walk in the door or something.
Or maybe Nora just like shows up.
Yeah, or that.
Like,
Maybe.
because they're going to be talking about what we're going to be talking about like later.
Yeah.
So like, either way it could work.
Yeah.
I,
Anyways,
I
just
joined
as Ruby's about to go hug Oscar, she notices Emerald.
Yeah, and by the way, focus on Oscar when it shows his first person perspective. It's just over to Emerald. Like, he has his arms out, ready for a hug. But then he puts them down and he stops smiling.
Yeah.
Friendship with Ruby over. Emerald's now my new friend.
I kind of sort of ship Rose Garden, but anyway.
Oh no, I do too, but
Yeah.
And he's just like,
I mean, I
"Man,
don't ship
almost
anybody,
got
but yeah.
I almost got a hug from Ruby. Like, you know how many people would be envious of me? Like, I almost lived the dream. I almost had it.
I went through torture and I didn't even get a hug.
And just as so Ruby's about to pull out her weapon,
Yeah,
Oscar's
she
like, wait,
reaches,
no, she's fine.
Oh, and I love this detail. Emerald reaches for a weapon too, but she's sad. She don't want to fight.
Why did they give Emerald her weapons back?
That is an excellent question.
Okay, yeah, good question actually.
And then we get this scene. Oh, this scene.
Oh, I want to talk about this one.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So remember all that like warm fuzzy stuff that you were getting from me about like, yay, Blake and Yang, Bumblebee, it's a thing.
Time to get mad.
Yeah.
So, we start off with a broadcast from Ironwood, and then
Oh no.
It
First, we get a
more
call
so
from
starts
May.
just a news broadcast. It says an announcement from General Ironwood.
No, but first we
okay.
get the call from May.
That's true.
Oh yeah, we get the call from me.
We don't get much from that call. Instead, we get this news broadcast. And then, okay,
But-
Aiden, continue.
No, we just
please.
get the like little setup that, you know, something's going down, and the fact that the call just cuts off. I hope the Happy Huntresses are okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
the rest of the mantle too. Anyway, so
Anyways,
Also-
Aiden,
also-
please.
Sorry,
Hey.
there's a little detail. The alarm goes off and Blake covers how cat is.
Okay, cool. Aiden,
yeah,
please
I've seen
continue.
that
Aiden, please continue.
okay, so
I'm sorry.
We see this scene where Ironwood is just surrounded in blackness with a light on, like spotlight on him. They have given him the typical like supervillain monologue lighting, and it is hilariously bad. Well, not bad, but like just it's just so weird. You know, like he's got the typical villain like spotlight on him as he's like, I'm going to nuke Mantle if you don't give me Penny.
Ironwood!
He's got the bomb, and he's gonna blow up Mantle if they don't give give Penny to him, and Penny doesn't open the vault till he gets the staff.
Okay.
Logic is, if there's no Mantle, they have no reason not to work with him. The fall of James Ironwood, ladies and gentlemen. And he also orders for all the SDC ships to be blown up, so, you know, no more air support rescue for all the innocent people down in Mantle, so that's fun.
Yeah, so all that was for nothing. It allowed for more development from Whitley, but from an events perspective, nope. Like all that positive notion we had at that point, it's just gone now. Thanks, Ironwood. And that line, like, if there's no Mantle, there's no reason for you not to work with me. Yes, there is. You become the villain.
Yeah, he even has the super villain like light, as like that's the part that gets me the most. Like, you guys know what I mean? Like he's covered in blackness and he's got like a spotlight on him as he gives like a soft toned like monologue about how he's gonna kill everyone. Like, it's the biggest supervillain thing I've ever seen.
Ironwood is just like the embodiment of the phrase, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah. It's also kind of sad that in the volume where Salem literally comes to Atlas, Ironwood has caused more damage than he has.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Also, we even see like what's in Cinder seeing this, and I'm just thinking, could you imagine if they're like, oh, I thought we were the villains.
He's like, just doing our job for us.
Man.
And even Nora sees this, and I mean, okay, it's to have some positive light. Nora's looking a lot better.
Yeah, Nora's looking good.
She has her outfit back on.
Yeah, she's dressed. She can set up.
Don't think she'll be fighting anytime soon, though.
No, but she's not, completely out of commission.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah. Penny is though. Penny's still
For
out.
now, at least.
Sure. Okay. Talk about doom and gloom.
Whilst I tried to put myself up by going back to the Floating Yang moment. I'm just gonna pause on just Blake's face.
I don't see how this is gonna end well for anyone.
It's quite simple, actually. It won't.
Yeah.
The only way this could end well for as many people as possible. Kill Ironwood at this point.
Even if you kill Ironwood, you're not stopping the bomb that's gonna go off if the Penny isn't delivered to them.
At this point, Ironwood has to go.
I know. It's so all I wanted from Ironwood after Volume 7 was literally him to go out in a blaze of glory, and now he's just gonna end up getting executed and put out of his misery, and I hate it.
Well, there's still at least 4 more episodes of this volume.
I know, but I don't want
what could happen.
I don't want supervillain mustache twirling evil Ironwood though. Next he's gonna go around pulling Darth Vader's and start to kill all of his subordinates.
Oh, but if he does it in a hallway scene, oh my god, if they make it as badass as in Rogue One.
Oh god, alright, I would like that, just because it would be cool, but I just don't want Ironwood to get any worse. So far gone at this point. Sad.
I had an idea for a scene. I don't know if we'll actually get this. Let me paint you the picture.
Okay.
Ironwood is waiting in the vault for Penny.
Okay.
He hears the lift, looks up. It'd be Penny. She's walking up to him and actually asks, like, look, disarm the bomb and I'll get the relic. Ironwood actually complies and you see him reach for the device, press a button, and it says bomb disarmed. And in that moment, it flies out of his hand and he's like, wait, what the fuck? Penny morphs into Ruby, boom, Emerald's with her as well.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Okay, that would be cool. Although that wouldn't really help Team Ruby's look if they teamed up with the enemy, quote unquote. But at this point, it
the
doesn't.
enemy's like on their side now, so.
Yeah, and
Yeah, but
Emerald's not trying to kill a city.
Well, yeah, but Ironwood doesn't know that. For all he knows,
sure,
Emerald's
like
still.
in Ironwood's eyes, that would look really bad, but.
Yeah. Well, for me at least, and this could be just a bias thing because he's my favorite character, but I really want to see him with Ironwood and Crow.
Oh, that has to happen.
Yeah, there's too much set up for there not to be a scene with the two of them.
Yeah. Like I don't know if Crow will be like straight up pissed at him. He probably will.
He will.
I don't.
He would have had to see that announcement as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And, just the fact that you put him in prison as well.
Well, yeah. My other hope is that this is like the final turning point for at least for Winter. Like this whole volume has every single order Iron would give, have Winter be kind of uneasy but still cooperate anyway. With this, it's like, okay, so I'm about to nuke a city, killing everybody in it.
Yeah, because it's no longer, I'll leave these people to fend for themselves, you know, they may die, but I need to focus on, you know, everyone else. It's now just, I am actively trying to murder all of these people.
Yeah. So here's my question. Do you think Ironwood is telling the truth, or do you think he's just setting them up?
I mean, we
Like,
know he has the bomb.
Well, yes, we know that.
How would he get it down to Atlas,
do we-
and not down to Mantle, in a place that it could blow up the entire city? That's my question.
Well, here's
But
the
it-
thing, no one's in the city.
But he doesn't know that. And like it'll
True.
still probably crush everybody inside the crater.
Oh, God.
But my question is more so like, so we know Ironwood has a bomb, but say Team RWBY, I don't think they'll do this, but say Team RWBY agrees to Ironwood's terms, and it's like, all right, we'll give you Penny. Do you think Ironwood would be like, all right, you gave me Penny, I'm a man of my word, I'll turn off the bomb?
Yeah, I think he, like...
Or do you think he'll just be like, all right, screw you, nuke the city anyway?
No, I think he would disactivate the bomb. I don't, like... He might be, like, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but, like... He doesn't want to, like, actively murder all those people. Like, he's just, like, threatening them, and will do it, but, like, it's not like he's like, oh yeah, I want to kill Mantle just because I can. I'm going to blow him up with a bomb. Like, he's not at the point where, like, he, like, wants to. It's like, he feels like he has to. And is, like, willing to, like, kill them all if he doesn't get what he wants. So I think if they do give him Penny and he gets the staff, he's just going to be like, yeah, fine, I'll deactivate the bomb. And just get on with moving Atlas.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did have him just nuke to the city anyway.
I mean, we have 4 episodes left.
Yeah, I just don't know where we could go from here. Although something I do want to touch upon, and this is kind of a more positive note, can we just talk about how much Salem's plan and her forces have fallen apart in the span of like 3 episodes?
Yeah. A 15-year-old boy just destroyed most of her army.
Yeah, look at it this way. So, Mercury and Tyrion are going to Vacuo, so they're not here anymore.
Also, can we just point out, with all the people that are in Vacuo at the moment that were at the Fall of Beacon, if Mercury gets spotted, their plan is screwed.
Yeah, because everyone
Yes.
knows that Mercury's a wanted criminal, so how's he supposed to stay hidden? Will Mercury, like, have a new haircut or something like that when we see him? We'll have, like, a buzz cut.
Well, anyways, so that's that. Cinder and Watts are out on their own. Salem herself is out of commission, possibly for the rest of the volume. The Hound and Hazel are dead.
Monstro's dead.
Monstro's
The Grimm
dead.
Are destroyed.
Emerald has turned against her.
Neo stole the relic.
Yeah. What does she have anymore?
Nothing, really. Because, like, realistically, if Cinder wanted to, she could just say, I'm out, and then just fly off. And then she wouldn't have the Fall Maiden anymore, either.
Yeah, but then Salem has like some control over the Grim Arm, like we saw in that torture moment.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that is possible. Like, I don't know, like, Cinder could cut off the arm or something, maybe?
I don't know if that would do it though, just because of like how much it's eating away at her.
I mean, maybe, but didn't she need to, like, choose to regenerate it against Winter, or did that
I don't think so.
regenerate just
I
on
think
its
it-
own?
I think it regenerated on its own.
Yeah,
Oh, so yeah, so she couldn't even, like,
yeah,
burn, like, rip off and...
yeah, and that'd be like it's already up to the shoulder at this point as well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot harder for Cinder to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once Salem regenerates herself, best case scenario, she just leaves. Like she's definitely powerful, and obviously she's immortal, but
Oh god, like,
she's
when
not
it-
taking down an entire continent by herself.
No,
I mean...
thing is, she doesn't need to. With everything that's going on, like,
Oh no, Alice is still doomed.
yeah,
But I mean, like, not like. Look at how divided her own forces are now, and how some of them are dead.
You know what else is weird to think about? If Ren, Yang, and John didn't arrive on the whale, like, Oscar and Emerald would have gotten out on their own, and Hazel would still be alive. That's also a weird thing to think about.
well, yeah, but then Ironwood would be threatening to kill like Jean, Ren, and Yang, like in
I know,
this
I know.
mountain.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying, like, that's also weird to think about, like of how much, like, just like how crazy things have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad that Ironwood has caused more damage than Salem has.
That said, though, and I think this is worth noting, I still think that Ironwood, like, as far as like an objective character is concerned, I still think he's really well done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just kind of like sad to see him go down this route.
Yeah, like this is more of like a
like a fallen angel kind of thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
tragic character.
yeah. That's kind of how we react towards like anything in these episodes now, because like we acknowledge that these are well written events. Like we're not complaining about the quality of the show. We're more so complaining about just the characters' actions, because in a sense we're
Yeah.
supposed to.
And we're also just looking at it as like people as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, with our own biases and everything.
yeah. So anytime we're like complaining about something, it's not a complaint towards the show. Far from it.
No, it's more about like the character's actions, like the character's perspective.
Yeah. It's like if we were to know them as characters, like if we were to know them as people, rather. That's the way I look at it, at least. But yeah, that's chapter 9 and chapter 10. What a comeback.
I know.
Right.
So 4 more episodes left.
I'm not ready.
Man. Oh, and you guys remember when the first half wrapped up?
And Eddie
And we
said
got
that. And Eddie said that that was the tame half. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't lying.
He was not
No,
lying.
he was not. I believe him.
We're 3 episodes in and we have 3 deaths. Like, what? Okay.
And then there's that other tweet.
Yeah, so it took me a while to see this, but Neef Ohm tweeted a thing. And
It's Ren's voice
I'm gonna
actor
read
for
this
those
whole
who
thing
don't
out. Yeah. I'm gonna read this out. Still a few days out, but before I say goodnight, I want to ask everyone to please do everything you can to not spoil the next #RWBY8 episode. Open bracket, or at least use spoiler hashtags, vague wording, etc. Close bracket. There will be some very momentous events like herein. Pleasant dreams all with a waving emoji, happy
I hate
smile,
Kirby
and
so
then
much.
I really don't want to be right about what I said earlier.
This
I don't want Ren
goes
to
back
die
to
next episode.
this goes back to what I said.
Okay. I'm just throwing this out there. The theory that was going around at the beginning of the volume that Ren and or Nora were going to die. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I still think Ren might. Just because I feel
Nora
like...
won't. I have full faith that Nora
No,
won't.
not Nora. At this point, not Nora. I think Ren solely because the feelings, emotion reading thing is way too powerful for later volumes. From like mystery and from like from a narrative sense. I don't think that that would make things a bit too easy, I think. In like figuring stuff out. So I don't think Ren's gonna make it out of Atlas. Like, I would love it if he did. I just have this feeling.
I mean, on one hand, yeah, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time,
Yeah,
I
I
just
do
can't
too.
help but think, like, they give him this, like, really cool power. And it's the first time we've seen a semblance evolve.
Yeah, why would they evolve a semblance just to kill that guy? Like,
Character
I don't know.
development
Yeah.
before he dies.
I don't know.
Maybe. I know, like, we don't know yet, but just the fact that Ren's voice actor is saying this.
Well, I think anybody could have said this and we would have come to the exact same conclusion, so I don't think this has anything to do with Ren specifically.
Yeah.
I know,
like,
but just...
like, heck,
Plus it being the
Volume
plus it being the creator's brother, like, I feel like that was kind of the point.
yeah, and also, like, before Volume 6 wrapped up, he was posting that, oh yeah, something big is going to happen at the end of Volume 6. Okay, yeah, everyone jumped to a specific conclusion, but it turned out it was nothing to do with that. And it got pushed back to Volume 7. No, his big surprise was, yeah, Penny's back.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it could be anything. I just have this feeling.
No, I get it. I think I'm a bit more calm towards it. Like, I'm still keeping that on the table, but I don't know anymore. I'm not as
Meanwhile, you
confident.
guys-
I'm not as confident
you guys
about it as I was before.
Meanwhile, you guys know what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Before this volume started, Erin Zek tweeted about her recording for this volume and how she had to record a lot of screaming and emotional stuff. That still has yet to happen. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, okay, can that just please happen so that I'll just know? I won't have to just keep wondering, like, is it going to be this episode? Is it going to be this episode? Is it going to be this episode? And the thing is, I also don't know what kind of screaming it would be. Is it, like, screams of terror? Is it screams of pain? Is it screams of, like, joy? I don't know. And that's, like, the I don't know part. That's what's making me a bit, not feel so great.
Yeah, it's the not knowing that's the worst part of, like, all this stuff.
Although, not related to that tweet, but speaking of Blade, do we want to get the elephant out of the room?
Yeah, I can talk about this. Okay. So, her and Yang had a moment in this episode. And anytime they have a moment together in an episode, whether it be them doing the headbutt of love, whether it be one of them blushing because the other's like staring at their new haircut, which is adorable by the way, I fucking love that scene.
Yes.
Them holding hands and saying they're protecting each other, or that they were there for each other, or even them taking a selfie together. Like, when these moments that build up like their relationship and like romance, I see like the same kinds of responses of people just saying, "Oh, this is rushed, like this is forced, this is pandering," like all sorts of stuff like that. Even some people going as far as to like make petitions to, and I quote, "Stop Bumblebee and not ruin RWBY."
God. Real? That? Oh.
And there's a lot I could say about like people like doing this kind of response to just a romance between two characters getting developed. But
So can I, and this is coming from...
Well-
okay, so...
all I'm gonna say, if you're one of these people where, like, Blake and Yang being together romantically is actually causing you to be so annoyed that you're being put off the show entirely, that you're starting to resent the characters themselves, the writers, or their voice actors, all I gotta say is, I really pity you.
Yep. So, I feel like now's a good time to bring this up. So because of this, I didn't notice the complaining, but I noticed a lot of people talking about the complaining. So I decided I'd take it upon myself to go to Twitter and give my 2 cents on the amount of complaints. And the first thing I pointed out is that this is coming from someone who's avoiding shipping wars like the plague. I care very little for people wanting to ship these two characters, or like whatever pairing happens. I care about none of that. This is the creators' vision. Let them have their vision. That's my mentality on any show. Doesn't matter what. But I pointed out and I'm being pretty blunt about this, the complaints I keep hearing about Bumblebee being a force ship is flat out ridiculous. And I basically have an entire thread going over events and stuff of that nature that show that this has been built up to for a while, and you all just didn't see it. So the first thing I pointed out, Mate brought this to our attention in a previous podcast. The song "Red Like Roses."
I will just throw out, like, to play somewhat devil's advocate, there is a slight possibility this could have just been like a pure coincidence.
Oh no, I even noted that this could be stretching it.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, Volume 2. Chances are there was something in Volume 1 that I totally missed by.
I mean, there's some things here and there if you want to look at it that way.
Well, either way, I'll just go by what I've got.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Volume 2, because there's already a lot.
Yeah.
Volume 2. Yang's the one that breaks Blake out of her stressful, sleep-deprived state. Throughout half
she
of
was confident that she could do it too.
Yeah, throughout half of Volume 2, Blake was the one who kept thinking, why are you all so calm? Why are you all so collected? Our enemies are out there, and they're going to attack us whether we're ready or not. And she would not go to sleep. She would not pay attention in class. Because she didn't care about any of that. She just wanted to take down the enemies so that that stress is relieved. But Yang was the one who was like, okay, you gotta slow down.
And even opens up to her by just telling a similar story.
Yeah.
And, first revealing, like, dropping the big bombshell about Raven.
Yes. Another one is Yang offers a first dance, like during the part where they're setting up the dance. Yang offers Blake a dance for to save her a dance. And Blake accepts.
With a cheeky wink.
Yes. And Blake accepts this, and even telling Sun, my first dance is taken. And I wanted to emphasize that she told this to Sun, because that was another ship for Blake. It was always Blake and Sun versus Blake and Yang.
And then eventually Blake and Ilya.
That too. Volume 3. Again, chances are there are a few events in Volume 2 I missed. Doesn't matter, let's move on. Volume 3. Yang goes to find Blake instead of RWBY, and again, I noted this in the tweet, don't anyone bother bring up how Yang doesn't think about RWBY and all of that, like we talked about before.
I will just throw this out there. She does ask if they know where RWBY is.
Yeah.
And they say they don't.
Yeah.
But Blake is the one who assures, look, RWBY's our leader. She's capable. She can take care of herself. And Yang has the choice of either find her friends who she knows where they are, or charge blindly searching for RWBY.
Yeah.
Where, for all she knows, she could be like in the Veiled City or at the Amity Coliseum, just not a beacon.
Yeah. I just wanted to know because
another thing another thing I've seen complaints about, like just people saying, "Oh, Yang's a bad sister."
Yeah, because we noted that
when we know she's not.
Like we noted that when we talked about this before. I just wanted to get that out there again. And then Adam attacking Yang because he sees how much Blake cares for her. Now, yes, you could argue that Yang was the first one to show up. Blake has that face like, oh shoot, my friend is here, that's bad. And yeah, sure, she probably could have reacted about that to anybody. But the point still stands. Volume 4.
Actually, I'm gonna just throw this out there as well. A couple things for Volume 3 as well.
Okay.
When Yang sees Adam stab Blake and jumps in to attack him, look at her eyes.
Oh yeah,
when
she's pissed.
She does that scream. No, not only is she pissed, there are tears. Like, she's crying at that point.
Oh, that I did not notice. Okay, that's good to know.
It's like
Yeah.
it's a simple blink and you miss, but it is like a subtle detail they put in there.
Okay, cool. I did not notice that. I'll have to look back at that. Okay, Volume 4. The one everyone wants to forget, apparently. I don't know why.
I will openly admit it's probably my least favorite
Yeah.
volume.
Well, Volume 5 is mine, but Volume 4 is bonus second least.
Either way.
I still love it though. Just
Yeah, I still enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Blake, okay, so that scene when Sun wakes up from getting injured, and Blake goes off about why she left in the first place, why she took off. And she's like, she noted Sun's injury, and it's like, this is why I took off. And she lists off her teammates, and her, she goes off about how much she cared about her friends. And when she mentions Yang, there's a little, I don't know if anyone noticed this, but there's a little voice crack.
yeah, dude, with all the times I've rewatched that scene, I've noticed.
Okay. There's a little voice crack when she mentions Yang. And you could argue that that was just like coincidental thing. Like she mentions Yang as she started to break down, but I could not disagree with that more. Because, and this is my other example from Volume 4. When Sun basically talks some sense into her, when he goes off about like her friends do care about her, he specifically mentions Yang. And again,
and that's also gonna lead into a point in Volume 5.
yeah, and again, pointing out that was Sun who said that. Keep that in mind. Or at the very least, let that sink in.
Yeah. But before we get into Volume 5, there's a little detail. Like, I know this is from the manga anthologies as well. But
Okay, I'll let this one go. Go ahead.
But there's a line from Blade in Volume 2 where she says she wants to be seen for who she is, not what she is.
Yes.
And yeah, I know the manga anthologies are debatable as to whether or not they're canon, but the way I look at it is that if there's not a confliction within like the show and the manga, then yeah, it can be accepted.
Either way, I'm gonna let you have this one.
Alright, so there's a little talk about Blake's bow. Yang just says, like, look, when she sees it, all she sees is Blake. She doesn't see a fauna, she doesn't see a human, just Blake for who she is. And that's, like, I've honestly seen that as, like, a big factor in it as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And there's also some stuff in, like, the comics as well.
Oh, this I'm more accepting too. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's just how devoted Yang is to helping out Blake and just making her feel happy by taking her into, like, all kinds of outings. One of which is even a bullfight. which is, I guess you could call hilarious foreshadowing now. Trying to cook some food together, we find out Yang's terrible at cooking. Which is funny.
Yeah.
Even taking her out to a bar, and as they enjoy some sunflower pop, Blake keeps one of the bottle caps to remember that night. She slips it in her pocket. And you remember that book that she was wearing? Not wearing, what the hell? The book she was reading the night they met?
Yeah.
About a man with two souls. She gave that to Yang.
Oh.
For her to read. And while she was at home in Volume 4, she started reading it.
Aw.
While thinking about Blake. And that night.
Oh, well, that's nice. Okay. Now, getting back to the show. Volume 5. Now, all of this is a lot of this is basically stemming towards the conversation Yang had with Weiss. Yang notes that she wanted to be there for Blake instead of Blake just running off. And Blake, Yang also notes that Blake needed her there. Yang needed Blake there for her during her time of distress. Because let's face it, I love Ty. He's a great guy. But considering what Yang was going through, I don't think he would have been enough to help pull Yang back. I don't see it. He was trying his very best. I give him props, but I don't think he would have been enough. Yang needed to be with her friends, and Ruby. But
who
you know
also left her, by the way.
Yes, that's also true. And when they were all reunited, Yang.
And I'm also just gonna throw this out there about the Weiss and Yang talk.
Yep.
She mentions that they're not as close. Weiss considers Yang, Ruby and Blake, more family to her than even her own brother and father, and she can promise that Blake feels the same. Kind of parodying the Blake and Son talk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I admittedly forgot about that. So, yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, and then there's at Haven Academy when they see that Blake is there for the first time. The one person she calls out to is Yang.
Yep.
And then there's that face that Yang makes. Upon realizing that, yeah, she's here too.
Yep. But the example I had is that Yang was pretty much in the final say to she was the last one to be like, I'm glad we're back together. And she also says this in Volume 6. I didn't note that because I would have basically been repeating myself. And that was mostly her talking about her entire team in general, so I didn't count that. But that is another one. Volume 6, the big one. This is the big one for the two. Blake was constantly wanting to help Yang, even if she didn't actually need the help. The example I didn't note any example, but the one that I took note of was when Yang was reaching for her bag, and Blake was like, "Oh, here, let me help you," even though Yang totally didn't need her help. Yang had already had the bag down before Blake even got there. And Yang even knows, Blake, you did not have to do that. Blake was the one to comfort Yang when she had a vision of Adam in the barn. Granted, Blake probably didn't word her help the best, but she still tried.
Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna throw this out there. That's not the first time Yang's like hallucinated Adam, but
This is true.
that was the first time she'd spoken up and opened up about it.
Yeah, 'cause no one knew about that till that point.
Yeah. Like, Blake was the first person she really opened up to about this.
Well, I mean, at least obviously, at least as far as we're aware, but
Yeah, like
on screen.
yeah.
yeah.
The two had a little moment together before Blake went to go intercept the comms tower, which led to her fight with Adam.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that scene they had together, super cute.
Yeah. You know, the whole Blake saying that stealth isn't Yang's forte.
And just going, I mean, you're great.
Yeah. Totally awkward. I mean, to be fair, Blake, you're totally right. And then the last example is just, do I even need to mention the fight with Adam? I don't think I do.
And
I feel like that one's pretty obvious.
And I'm also gonna go into like some little like details of that. Like when Yang shows up, Adam's first response is "you," and just how mad he is. There's also how angry he gets when those two like look over to each other. There's the we're protecting each other scene. And when Adam was fighting Yang by herself, there's him yelling, "What does she even see in you?"
Yep,
What
I
does
actually,
she even see in you?
yeah, legitimately, totally forgot about those.
And yeah, I mentioned the headbutt of love. Like they did that after Adam died, and well, yeah, they were like, you know, Blake more so, just like sobbing messes after
okay.
what just happened. Like Yang was in full-on comforting mode. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
To play devil's advocate, I totally agree with you. But to play devil's advocate, that could have just been Yang wanting to comfort Blake and nothing else.
Yeah, I even said she was in full-on comforting mode.
Yeah. Okay, Volume 7. Admittedly, this first one is...
And also, there is that last moment in the final episode that we were there for each other and just like the smiles that they shared together.
Yes, that's true.
Like, you do not smile at someone like that if you're not, like, you know, feeling things for them. Okay?
Okay, Volume 7. Admittedly, my first example is a bit of a small one, but it's when Blake saves Yang from a Grim in the first fight.
And just has that little cheeky smile and nod.
Yeah. Admittedly, smaller example, but I decided to note it in anyway. Yang's awkward stare at Blake's haircut, and then her nervous reaction to Blake noticing that.
I freaking love that.
It was adorable.
And just Blake's blushing after that.
Yeah. Okay. One
Also,
example.
Mara's reaction after they have that moment. I'm gonna call back to that.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff like.
Okay. My one example I forgot was during when they were celebrating getting their huntsman licenses. The selfie that Yang had with Blake. Admittedly, I totally forgot about that. I should have noted that one. I have no excuse for that one.
But after that turned into such a big meme as well.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Like just them taking selfies everywhere. It was great.
It was great.
And okay, like I mentioned that moment like earlier, but just like that blew my mind that people were saying, "Oh, that's forced like Bumblebee stuff." I'm just like, it's a selfie.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I take a
guess the
selfie.
biggest of romantic gestures, taking a selfie with someone.
I know, like, man, there's a lot of implications about that, but I'm not gonna get into it.
yeah, like,
because
that's why
that's just super mega weird.
That's like the main reason Like, I've almost, like, stopped getting, like, too annoyed about people claiming, oh, it's forced, when a selfie is considered forced. It's just like... Dude.
What are standards anymore?
Yeah.
I know.
Anyways, Blake and Yang got invited to go out dancing. They had a moment in the shipping truck on their way to capture Robin. I'm gonna breeze by these because we've been going on for too long.
Also,
go ahead.
Also, if we're counting moments where they're like validated by other characters, when Ruby and that lot were at the like celebration,
Oh,
for
yeah.
Robin, Nora, like Ren and Nora, just like, oh, at least they're back being friends. Friends, huh? Just friends.
I thought you were gonna mention the Weiss moment where Blake and Yang are like talking, like laughing with each other, and John's like, "Oh, we're going to the movies. Anyone want to come with?" And then Weiss just immediately just dips.
I mean, you could count that as well, but I was thinking more like, yeah, Nora hinting that there's more going on.
Okay.
By the way,
to be fair to the Ren and Nora part, that could have just been Nora. Like it also was Nora alluding to the relationship she has with Ren.
I know, but it's also the fact that she had to compare them to Blake and Yang.
True.
Also, I freaking love Erin's reaction to that scene. She streamed her reactions to a whole bunch of episodes, and when she got to that moment, she paused it and was like, "Shut up! Shut up!" Like, I have no idea she said that. And she's freaking out the whole time. It's adorable.
Okay. Blake and Yang had a moment, like a conversation when they were on their way to capture Robin. Those were the two that beat Elm and Vine. And
those two are based off a fable known as the Elm and the Vine, I believe it is.
Something like that.
And
yeah.
there's meant to be like some implied like romantic stuff there. So the fact that it's specifically Blake and Yang that beat them.
Yeah. Okay, Volume 8. Blake's worried. I'm just gonna breeze by the rest of these. Blake's worried reaction to Yang's attitude because Yang was very mad. Yang was worried about Blake thinking less of her for not helping with Amity.
Also, if you want, you can add in like Yang getting passionate about like, hey, don't be racist towards fairness, and you know, Blake making the jokey jokes. But it's just like, ain't that more of a Yang thing?
Okay, that's fair. I did not know that, but that's fair. And then this moment we were talking about earlier. That was a lot of examples, and a lot of this discussion is basically just why does Bumblebee actually work? But point is, just the general idea that the ship is forced, it just doesn't not make any sense. You could complain that you could argue that this is just not your ship, that you were hoping for Blake and Son or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, like, yeah, you're totally fine to feel that way. Like, if you have your preferred ship, then yeah, that's fine. And admittedly, I didn't have the biggest opinion of Black Sun, especially in Volume 4. But at the end of the day, just like as long as like the characters are happy, then
Yeah.
That's what matters in the end.
Also, a big point I want to mention, and I was just waiting for you guys to finish before I mention this. I think people need to take a step back and realize that this doesn't need to be taken as seriously as it is. At the end of the day, this is shipping, and I'm not the biggest person for shipping either, to be honest. Like, I can like find some stuff that they have for two different characters, like cute or something like that, but I'm not a big shipper. But I don't think people need to be getting this defensive or offensive about different ships. Like, people are allowed to like different stuff, different ships. There doesn't need to be like this big war over it, or people complaining when stuff happens or when stuff doesn't happen. Just try and enjoy things, man. Like, no need to take it so seriously.
Yeah, there really is no need. Like, it's not like an essential part of their characters either. Like, it's not like Yang is suddenly like not her own character anymore because she's with Blake or something like that. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like, they're not gonna pull a Marshall and Lily and go from an I to a we.
Yeah. But admittedly, the next thing I said might have been a bit fuel to the fire. And maybe it wasn't the right call, but I'll just say it anyway. I noted that I still feel this way. I'm very curious how this is considered a force ship when Arcos had only 3 volumes and one side of that didn't even notice the other's feelings.
I mean, but there's also the fact that there's just like all these different kinds of way they like set up ships, and there are 3 in particular I quite like. One is with Blake and Yang, where like the opposites attract, and they just end up like developing together and making each other just better people. You know, as they grow closer and like eventually turn lovers.
Mm-hmm.
There's their childhood friends who realize they love each other and become romantically involved, like with Ren and Nora.
Ren and Nora, yep.
Or there's where one obviously has the hots for the other, but the other one is just that oblivious and dense they do not notice, to the point where you kind of want to jump into the show and just shout at them, "She's into you!" Slap, slap, slap. Why don't you see it? Like with John and Pyrrha.
Yeah.
Like, admittedly, that's not the first pairing where I've felt that way. With that exact same trope, by the way.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. I had just always thought that this idea of a force ship was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also, really, you can just claim like any pairing is force.
Really.
Yeah, like I could say like, oh, those times that it looked like Black Sun might be a thing. Oh, that's force. Like the same logic as people claim for Blake and Yang.
Yeah.
I also think that like fans of ships need to be realistic as well. Like, I know a lot of people are wanting for like Bumblebee kisses and stuff in this episode and a few past ones as well. But
No,
like, I know, but like I think that people also need to understand that like it's better for this to be taken at a slower pace and
Yeah,
like
like,
to be built up to, rather than
it's
just
a
like forcing them to kiss.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
Yeah. And also, like, the whole themes of this volume and everything, it wouldn't be very dramatically appropriate if, like, right in the middle there was, like, just a scene where they kiss, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, maybe when we get to, like, a moment of peace, then, yeah, they could have that kiss.
Yeah, of course, but, like, I think people need to, like, cut the writers some slack and just, like, just let it play out, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is something that does annoy me sometimes, like when people say, oh, like, when people act like they know better than the people who are actually writing this show.
I'm sick of it. Dude, okay, so,
Like,
totally unrelated, but I want to, I went back and rewatched a clip on YouTube of the fight between Crow, Clover, and Tyrion. And I saw so many comments that just did not understand that fight, and I was like, you all are oblivious, aren't you?
Dude, preach.
Dude, I'll save it for off screen, but I'm gonna pull up that video. Yeah. So, I noted that I was just sick and tired of people thinking that they understand how the characters act or how to react when, yeah, we know how, we know the right call, but the characters don't. And I'm sick of people thinking that they have an understanding about that. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's the episode. We went off for a bit
Kind
on
of went
that.
off tangent for like half an hour, but yeah. It was a good discussion, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff that was said needed to be said.
Yeah. So with that, I guess we'll see you guys next week. When Chapter 11 comes out. So, see you then.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.